just because I got to drive with shoes on. Fuck yourself. Yeah.
But I'll keep. You got to keep them in the car because if I want to run into a store or something like today, but I can't. I don't want to wear my boots any longer than I have.
I guarantee you could run in a store, get something quick, and run out, and no one will even notice you didn't have shoes on.
I will not do that.
No one will ever look down.
I don't care. I don't want to do that. I don't want to set my bare foot in a Wawa.
Oh, you're too good
or
for
something.
Wawa?
My feet are.
Oh, someone brought up the fucking...
So I don't forget, I was thinking of stuff. Don't you have to recommend stuff at the end, right?
Yeah.
Good for you. You're so studious.
Stuff again?
Why, you're not supposed to do
No.
that? Oh, you're not?
Remember when I said the caveat in the beginning? Or when
Last
Dennis...
time you recommended Brian and Static Clone.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
They're your friends.
I mean...
So it's not objective.
Oh, so then so then you guys would feel bad saying it sucks.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, gotcha. I think I did that both times.
We can bring him up. You can still bring him
the
up.
first time you and I went on together, you did that fucking weird Japanese psych thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, we can bring him up on other parts. Just that
I got no friends on here.
Good.
All right, this is good.
All right. Yeah, right.
I just got no friends, period.
Yeah, same.
Because Tom gets mad at me about that shit.
Well,
what
does it got to be about?
Oh, that you're friends with everybody?
Yeah.
I mean, one music, one comedy.
Or two music.
Two music.
Two music's fun, too.
I just been going one music.
Yeah.
So we're not doing books.
No,
I don't have
you
time.
don't have a week to finish a book.
Yeah.
I don't.
I can't finish a book in a
What
week.
if it's a documentary that's less than an hour?
That's great.
Instead of the
That's
comedy.
fine.
But it's not comedy.
That's fine.
But it's kind of good. It's
Are
interesting.
you going to do this to fucking
Now,
guys
what-
in the soccer jersey?
I need to know.
No, but
Wait, did we talk
Now,
about
what
that?
you
if it's
talked to me about that for I don't know how. You kept talking.
What if I
I'm gonna
recommend
bring it
a
up
type
now. No, thanks for that.
What if I recommend a type of soup, and you can just taste it and tell me what you think about it the next week?
All I know is
Dude,
that
you talked about that for
Dude, it's
weeks.
insane. Just when we're done, look it up. It's called, and it's the craziest thing is it's so insane. It's
Well, fucking tell us about it now.
I'm
Okay.
saying it's from 2017.
yeah, we're rolling now.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Now, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Shit, I kind of forget
Jump
about
in.
it. Let me get some headphones. Oh.
Where are they?
Where
Right
is
there,
it? Headphones.
right in front of you.
Those are mine.
Oh,
There you go.
Nope.
yeah, those are the ones. These are not plugged in
The world's with the tiniest earpieces.
for.
So what do you keep talking about, Larry? Some documentary about soccer?
And how it made him really
No, it has
and
not-
tickling
It
and
has nothing to do with soccer.
and made him really
fondling.
uncomfortable.
Wait, why do you know about soccer? Did you look it up and see?
No, you
it?
kept talking about they were wearing soccer jerseys or something.
Yeah. Because I was saying that's a pretty specific detail for someone who didn't see it. Yeah, so that must have stuck with me. Because I think I saw Larry the next
For God's
day.
sake!
What?
What is it that you're talking about, though?
All right.
If you don't tell me something or nothing, I'm turning this off.
I need closure, man.
All right.
I either need to know something or nothing at
Or
all.
we're cutting
It's a
all of it.
documentary from about 2017. I believe it's called Tickled.
Okay.
It's on HBO, one of those channels. I said I was surprised it's that old because it was so insane and I had never heard of it. And it's about these. Remember how there was that porn site that we talked about that casted kind of like the punk looking dudes that we know?
Yeah.
It was kind of like that.
Friend of ours was on.
Yeah, they recruited like that, but they were going more for like the jockey frat boy type. They recruit these guys in college and stuff that needed money or whatever, and
Don't we all?
they would make a site. They would film videos, no sex. It would just literally be they would get tickled.
Oh.
But then it's almost painful to watch because the whole time you're watching it, you're kind of doing that like ab flex, like you're about to get tickled.
Yeah,
you're seeing it. And Larry's right. They wear like Adidas shorts and like that's what they're in. They look like a traveling youth soccer team.
Oh man.
But
You sure not just Brazilian?
the dudes, no,
Nah, they're real light skinned.
yeah, they
Definitely not Argentines.
all kind of look like Tom's dressed right now. Too. They look
cool.
A lot like Tom.
So they look
I
cool.
mean, that's prime tickle attire.
yeah. But then it gets really weird. Like they're strapped down and they have like 3 or 4 other dudes that are like look like Tom that are in soccer jerseys and they just are tickling for like 20 minutes straight.
Oh man.
And they can't get out of it. And I'm like, that must be like the most annoying like pain. Like just to like get tickled.
I can't imagine
continuously.
getting tickled when you can't like
Make it stop.
or ball up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know how
Like if
they
I were to go like
God.
that, you instinctively pull your elbows
Yeah.
up. You're like, yeah. Like
So
if
not
I
only
was like stretched out, I wouldn't know
Oh
what the
my
fuck to
I
do.
do the
God.
thing too where I dig. Like
yeah,
if I
yeah.
don't get the reaction I want, I'm digging.
Yes.
Like you're
If it's
either
not gonna tickle, it's gonna fucking
yeah, it's
hurt.
gonna hurt. Yes.
yeah. And
I'll crack a rib, bitch.
and it wasn't like it was crazy and then they were filming the videos and I think it got like they started figuring out like okay it's supposed to be like competitive tickling or whatever but it's really just for like you
How
know
did you win that?
it's for like gay dudes to get off to and I think the whole thing was ran and funded by like a rich gay dude but I just remember it being so insane.
A lot of gay dudes are rich.
I just got questions now. I was like,
Yeah, I'm gonna forget.
can
But
you
it-
tickle someone enough till they nut?
No,
nothing
it's
of
not
it was
about them.
sexual. The people participating in the video, nothing was sexual. It was just
It's for a
straight dudes
paycheck.
tickling each other
Just for a paycheck. It's
Dressed
like that
as a youth
guy in
soccer
Upper
team.
Darby used to be able to piss on. I'll piss on you, man. There's
Right.
nothing sexual about this. You know?
Like the pizza box guy.
Almost every state or county in a state has a guy like that where some pervert would just buy like dirty underwear and dirty socks off kids or get peed on and shit, and he would pay kids like a couple like whatever money, and every time you're just like, all right, so he's not gonna fuck me. I don't have to fuck him. I give him my socks and he gives me $50.
That's a win.
That's a good fucking weekend when
That's a
you're a kid.
capital-
That's a great weekend.
That's a capital W. Win.
It's like, I don't know, man. That guy's
$50
providing
now.
True.
$50 will get me a
True,
lot of
dude.
stuff in a day.
That's me and I'm taking a buddy out for dinner, man. Cheap dinner, but dinner.
Nuggies, some fries.
Yeah. All you got to do is maybe like, open your asshole to him. All right.
Yeah, I'll show you my butthole.
Like keep
Sure.
your fingers to
You know?
yourself. We're cool, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'll let you do the finger for 75. I'll give you the good rate.
Now we're getting beers at dinner.
So how was your weekend, man? Yeah.
It was great. What'd you do?
So the thing that you took away from this was that they were wearing soccer jerseys.
That's what I must
That's
have
what he
said
kept
it.
talking about.
Not the fact that these people were getting tickled while they're being tied down.
And if there's ever an opportunity to put a clip or just a couple images over the video version of this pod, you gotta see this.
like the fucking.
Actually,
You were just talking about the draw and quarter scene in Braveheart.
Yeah, we were
Just
on the
being
Patreon. Yeah.
just being tickled like that.
Yeah, well, yeah, because
Awful.
have you seen Braveheart? At the end when he gets drawn and quartered at the
Yeah.
end.
Oh,
What if, but they don't show it. They just kind of have him. You see his face when he's on his back. What if they didn't really draw and quarter him? They were just like chiku chiku.
Yeah. Speaking of,
Or if they're like waving a feather on his nose.
I went, where did I... Something for homework that you gave us. I ended up looking up just to get more information on it.
Right.
And it was on the... Do you remember the Blogged and Quartered?
Yes. Yes.
Man, it was on that. And I was like, oh, shit. They had that straight ahead, that like the bootleg that had all the lives and all the links were dead. I was
Wait, is that the blog where you could just go on and
They used to
Blogged
do
and
shit.
Dude.
And all be like Mediafire links.
And that
Man.
straight ahead
God, I
discography,
miss
the
blogs.
shit Tommy Carroll says in between those fucking songs is so good.
Some of it is like nowadays you'd be like,
No. It's nothing like not Tommy. It's not Tommy Carroll now. It's Tommy Carroll like
no,
in
but
the
something
eight-
like the other, like the old stuff like that. Because there was one that did a lot of like another blog that did like old like East Bay power violence and shit like that. And a lot of those bands, some of the shit they were saying, it was like progressive to say at the time, but now you're just like, yeesh.
Yeah.
And this was like the Smelly Kids. If you say the wrong words, they won't talk to you.
Like what?
Just like random, like just Republican shit. You know what I mean? Nothing like crazy. No hard R or F slur, but just other random shit. You're like, now you're just like, all right.
And the lib kids were doing that?
Yeah, back in this was like 80s,
Oh, I
late
guess-
80s, early 90s.
Yeah, I guess the
Like when East Bay was popping with that type of hardcore.
Interesting.
Because there was this one blog spot that pretty much only posted discographies. And when I say that, it was bands that would have like 101 song discographies, but it would still be like 45 minutes.
At least, yeah,
You know what I mean?
Our maximum. Yeah.
Like a lot of Slap-a-Ham record shit and stuff like that. And which is great, but it's just that's mostly what they posted.
I
And
fucking
used to-
miss blog spots so much.
I love the Slap-a-Ham logos and old like T-shirts.
Yeah.
But I think that's the same dude who did the lettering for like Lookout. I think, right? Like
It's
Yeah,
all
um,
intertwined.
I think that same dude did all that lettering.
And I think that actually the dude who did Slap-a-Ham was like friends with all those Lookout Records dude.
Yeah, the dude,
bands
yeah,
too.
he did.
Chris Dodge.
Yeah, he was in No Use for a Name and Spaz,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is a crazy two bands to
And-
be in.
Yes.
He ended up being in Despise You.
Yeah.
Played in Infest. I think
Was he a
did the
Hyrax or was that just the drummer?
No, I
Spaz.
think it was the drummer, Spaz,
Yeah.
who's like a rapper. Also,
Yeah,
like it makes
yeah.
like it's
I think the
crazy.
fucking guitar player from Spaz is a rapper now too.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
Oh yeah.
The dun, dun, dun vocals guy is like
They
a
did,
fucking rapper now.
No, it's awesome. I remember when that came out. It's like, I don't know so much like rap, but like DJ Shadow type stuff.
Oh,
it's like
okay.
a DJ.
Yeah, yeah.
It was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was just weird like to go from that to that because it wasn't like there was like 2 or 3 bands in between the two. It was like Spaz, DJ music. You're like, oh, okay. There was no like, there
I'm
was no
surprised
like
they haven't gotten back together yet
Spaz?
or something. Yeah.
It's, I guess maybe there's beef or something, or they don't get along or something. But
Or they're just, we're good.
If
We're
a-
adults.
if,
We have
um,
jobs. We don't need to.
dude, you gotta respect fucking any band that's just like, nah, we're fine on that. We're good on reunions.
They're just not getting a good enough offer. That's all.
There's some bands out there even that are like, we don't give a shit. Because you gotta figure some of those people like from that far back, they probably don't even play their fucking instrument anymore.
Nah,
There
yeah,
is that
definitely.
possibility too.
So
But there's like if you get an offer that's like more than like a considerable amount more than what you make normally at your like regular career job,
yeah,
who's like I guess I just don't see how people can say no.
I forget who I was talking to about it, and they're like, why do these bands keep getting back together? It's just like, well, first off, money's normally good,
Money's great.
but it's also like you gotta figure maybe in like the 90s or the early 2000s, this guy was like this guy from big band X or whoever, right? But outside of hardcore, he was just Steve from National Tire and Battery. You know what I mean? Like
Fucking Steve.
you go from a weekend playing to like hundreds, thousands of kids. Monday morning, you're just a 9 to 5 shit bird like the rest of us. So it's like, oh, do I want that fucking endorphin rush of playing in front of all these people again? Yeah, I'll
Hell
take
yeah,
it.
they do.
Now that I'm old, all I got to look forward to is gray hair, a wife that hates me, and ugly kids. You know, it's like,
And weekends.
yeah. So yeah, okay, yeah, I'll take a fucking weekend where I can just.
Making a fire out back. Yep, I get it. I get it.
Yep.
I got a rash, man. I got a rash.
How's your rash?
That's all. Yeah, that's why I don't blame a lot of like. I think it's corny when like people get the band back together and they don't really want to. I'm like, yeah, I get it.
I want to.
Yeah.
I want to hear what the fucking Oasis nut was to get them to come back together.
Oh, it had to be.
I feel bad for whoever booked it.
I'm thinking 7.
I mean,
figures.
mission accomplished. That's sick. But can you imagine the hurdles that dude probably had to go through to get that to happen?
I don't know.
The back and forth phone calls, like, I swear to God, you're like, we'll do this.
Well,
Please don't.
apparently they have a brother, another brother. That's
third
like,
one?
Yeah, that's like the go-between. So, I mean,
He stands on his side of the stage. I'll stand on my side of the stage. He doesn't make eye contact with me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I wonder what the
Fucking done.
Yeah.
what if stipulations will be.
I don't know if I was talking to you guys about it, but I guarantee you, like, wasn't it like a weekend of shows?
It's 4 shows, yeah.
Show 2 and the show 2, those two will fight each other.
Maybe not.
So make sure you get.
I
to
know
show
when they come
1.
to the States, I know we're going to the Sphere again to see that
I'm
shit.
saying get there as early as possible first show because I don't know if that's going to hold out the entire 4 days.
I think it will at this stage.
There's some volatile ass motherfuckers. Those two.
They both have not stopped playing music though.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And it's the original band.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like,
The other 3 guys are the same guys. Okay, cool.
yeah, they got the original guy, the original
awesome.
bass player, second guitar player, drummer. Yeah.
They have a bass player that just has their hands up like this the whole time, keeping them separate from each other. It's like, nah, mate, we got 45 more minutes. Just fucking suck it up, dude.
They still sound really good too.
Oh,
both
of course. I mean, everybody thought I was gonna make fun of it, but I'm like, dude, that's sick. Like, I never thought I'd see that in my lifetime, an Oasis reunion.
I mean, I'm not paying that type of money, but
As
No.
far as people that are alive, like everybody in the band is still alive.
not
That's
that.
the one band that
not
was
to
like,
go to
nah,
England,
never.
I should say. I'm
Yeah.
not paying that type of money.
I feel like they were always really big, and they were always really big.
They had
in
a
England,
minute.
but
They only had like a minute though.
I think they had such a resurgence with like a couple generations after
Like a
they
good
broke
10
up.
years.
Yeah, I think they had at least a good decade.
Yeah. They started in the 90s.
Maybe from.
And they went to like 2000, probably, I think.
No, they broke up in 94.
You also,
No, they didn't.
You
Yeah, they
also,
did.
You also
No, they
got to
didn't.
remember.
Look it up.
Tom.
You also,
Okay.
you also got to
Tom,
think.
No
They-
problem.
I saw him in 2008,
No,
or maybe 2006.
Pig
that
was there.
can't be.
Yeah.
I don't have.
Are we talking about Oasis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
They
you-
like their first tour when they toured and played JC
Oh,
Dobbs.
never mind. I'm
that
thinking,
was
I'm,
94.
Yeah.
I'm confused because I'm thinking about when What's the Story was released, which was 30 years ago next year.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, even the records before that, they were big in Europe
Sure.
with a
yeah.
smattering of success in the States, even though they probably hadn't come here yet.
Right.
So when they came here, they were already a big deal
Over there.
Over there, they were already huge over there. They decided. I mean, Wonderwall and all that's when they finally broke in the States. Before that, they were already fucking set in the UK.
Right. Wonderwall aside, though,
Yeah.
they should have been bigger.
Yeah.
They're fucking.
They're
great.
so goddamn good.
I guess what I was saying is I didn't realize how much they stayed relevant with like today's generation.
Yeah, especially.
That's what I was like. That's the people I'm like, whoa, I guess you're pumped because they were broken up by the time you were like,
Well, they were like
going to
kind of
shows.
the last of that
Yeah.
of like Britpop.
They were the last real rock band.
They're like the last of the Britpop
Definitely the last Britpop.
because all the
Real
Brit.
like rock stars.
Not even the last because I'm sure there's still bands doing it.
I mean, the Libertines.
No, I'm saying
As far as, like, in the United States, they kind of did okay.
No, I'm just-
But as far in England, Libertines were freaking huge.
no, I'm just saying like Britpop.
I've never even heard
kind
that
of-
name before.
Oh, really? You might, nah.
Put it on the list.
Like Britpop was like been good like big since like the 80s, but I think the last huge Britpop band was Oasis. There's others that were big but not Oasis big. Where before that you had like Pet Shop Boys and shit like that, other bands that were doing really well.
Pet Shop's not Britpop though.
Well, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. It's just
New Wave is totally different.
well, you're gonna fucking split hairs like that. I'm just saying they're the last of that shit. Shut up.
New
Guys,
Wave
let's
is
not get
very.
gay.
Let's not get
It's
fucking
very
gay here.
different than rock though.
Shut up. Anyway, yeah, they're the last of that type to get
Mommy and Daddy are fighting.
gigantic. That's because somebody's.
That's because mommy's wrong.
Am I mommy? It's true.
Yeah.
I do have bosoms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do all the cooking. Come on.
He does all the driving.
I do all the cooking. Yeah.
That's
True.
daddy stuff. Dad's drive.
He hits me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Not even
It gets
Italian.
mouthy.
I've seen it.
I do get mouthy. I do need to know my place. You know. I just start chirping when he's trying to watch the game. I start, dude, when my fucking uncle used to do that shit to my aunt, just used to be like, and she used to just get fucking the whiskey fists going, just like start wailing on.
Whiskey fists.
Yeah, dude. She was a drunk. Yeah.
Oh.
But as a kid, that shit was hilarious.
It's hilarious now.
To watch a woman just beat the shit out of a guy, it's fucking hysterical to me. Sorry. But yeah, like that's the dude that facilitated that Oasis reunion. He probably didn't have gray hair at the beginning of his journey, and he probably has all gray hair now.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's a great point. I wonder how long it took.
You got to have like a team of handlers for the brothers.
I wonder
alone.
how long it took to facilitate that. It couldn't have been a week conversation back and forth. This could be, I don't know, long time in the making.
Or it could have been somebody just, hey, we got this offer. It's for
Right.
X amount of dollars. And they went, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
That's
Fuck
what
yeah, I'll put up with this asshole.
that's what I'm saying earlier. Maybe it was finally enough
yeah.
because God knows they've had them
I think it's more about them just being like,
old and over it.
or no, it's
Unless
more about
somebody's
them
broke.
just flexing and being like, look what we can do. Look at the buzz. We're Oasis. I think it's more about their status. They don't care about the money.
No, they got it already. They're fine.
Hopefully they saved. I mean,
Well, Oasis has residuals though.
No,
they're fine.
They are fine.
that's true.
That's both of them too. It's
I
not
mean,
one
even
of them.
today, that shit's still getting used in movies, commercials, and shit like that.
Yeah, licensing is big money. Not even just streaming and shit. And they still have merch and stuff.
Speaking of that, I found out recently, like, you know how recently in like movie trailers and commercials, you'll hear a song and you recognize it, but it's somebody else playing it. It's kind of like a cover, but not really. And the reason they do that is because
Cheaper.
to do a cover, it's only like maybe a couple thousand, but to get rights to the original is like 10 times that much.
Tens of thousands, yeah.
I was like, damn, that is fucking underhanded, but I guess you
It's-
gotta do what
What
you
was
gotta
it?
do.
It's yeah. It's like that in video games too.
It's like when you hear like some weird like young girl singing a Pixies song. You're just like,
it's much
Almost Famous. They spent like the budget was on
Mostly that, yeah.
on that soundtrack. Yeah, because they wanted Stairway to Heaven
yeah.
in one scene, and they just cut the scene because it cost too much money.
That's
Same way. I think Dazed and Confused, same thing. A lot of the
Dazed-
budget went to the soundtrack.
I mean, that is one of those soundtracks though that's like in the fucking
Oh yeah,
I mean, almost famous.
Which one?
soundtrack was
the
a slouch.
Days, like
Yeah.
the pantheon of great soundtracks.
yeah, it really was.
What is like? What would it? If you had like a podcast with a licensed song, like let's just say you wanted to have like a Highway to Hell as your podcast opened up, like how do you have to pay per use or like a one-time?
You have to essentially lease it for like a year or a couple years, and then it will either expire or you have to renew it.
just the rights to use it.
Even
It's-
some of the
it's-
songs we've tried to have for the intro, outro.
It gets a copyright. It just
Yeah.
I haven't gotten a full on strike yet, but it'll get you get like a little warning at the bottom of the video.
Is it all AI?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because
It's
there's
just-
no way people are just listening, right? Like,
It can't.
That's what
Yeah.
Kenny used to, drummer from Yacht Crashers and Stabs at Joy. That's what he used to do with Disc Makers. He was the intellectual property guy. So anytime they'd come in to press anything, DVD, whatever,
He had
that
this-
was his job. He sat there and watched it or listened to it.
So he's a fucking narc.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess.
I mean,
He's putting out real cop vibes. That
But
Kenny.
yeah, but you know, he sat in a cubicle and got paid X amount of dollars just to hang out and listen to tunes. That's
pretty sick.
not
That's pretty.
bad.
That's pretty
Pretty
sweet.
sick.
it's not bad, but it's literally cheaper to pay somebody or a band to get together and and record a cover than it is to license an entire song.
Do you remember when they did? Was it Verizon did the Pixie song?
Huh.
The cover of the Gigantic, and it's like
Yeah.
that song's about a black dick. Fucking literally, that's what that song's about.
I didn't know that.
And yeah,
Yeah, it
a
is.
big love. She's read the lyrics. It's
Oh,
literally
no
about
wonder
the
I
fact
love
it's
that
seriously
song.
the
about-
first time she bangs
It's
a black
about
dude.
it's about a white girl's first encounter with a black cock.
Yeah.
Great
And-
song.
And they have it in a Verizon commercial, and
Yeah.
it's like it was like school kids like playing.
Gigantic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like, you know,
Gigantic.
start your own band at home. And
Yeah.
it's like these like
Yeah. A big
like different
love.
students are playing like different instruments of the
Yeah.
song. And you're just like,
We have pixies at home.
yeah. Oh, my high school kids are getting plowed by black dick. Like, nice, dude. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I just hope that fucking Kim Deal was just at home is like, ha 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 ha.
Nah, she's out playing somewhere with one of her many bands.
It's true. I saw a picture of her recently.
And not good.
She all gray, dude.
Ah, well.
That happens.
And I guess she is like 60.
Yeah, that's a great
Definitely
time. That's
pushing
great
60.
time.
Yeah. But like, there's like no denouncing like she's a nana. Yeah. But still, would I? Yeah.
Probably still chain smokes,
I
Sure.
hope so.
drinks whiskey,
I hope so, dude.
Definitely
spits.
drinks.
Definitely spits.
it's-
just hanging out in Hoxaloogie.
And one of
and
there's
you're
not
like,
like,
that's
not
pretty
like,
cool.
a open mouth spit, like one that's like between the two front teeth spits.
The Bodie?
The,
Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah. I
she
know
could
that
like
one.
fucking hit a fly out of the air with it and shit, dude. She's good, dude. She's
Just a
good.
little.
She's fucking good, dude.
I wish I could do that.
I used to be able to. I can't.
think it's so
She probably
cool.
like still nut taps everybody she sees during the day.
Hey,
Oh,
what's
come
up?
on, good morning. Ba-ba. Yeah, got him. Oh,
Yo,
dude.
your boy D's up high. What? D's nuts. Ah! You're like fucking Kim.
Kim again. It never gets old, but it somehow does.
She's like, yo, you ever been to Juan Sticky's? What? Juan Sticky's nuts in your mouth? Ah! Dude, you got any news for us today?
I have some that have been sitting on because
Oh, do you?
we keep.
So it's old news now.
Well, it's evergreen.
Oh.
It's not. It's recent.
What
but
game we playing?
None.
Whatever you want.
No, the Super Troopers.
Why do you make a
What
look at dick?
What game we playing? No game.
Are you saying meow?
Let's issue tickets with mega huge raging boners.
What I got? It's 2x4.
We should just watch Super Troopers. Actually, I was thinking about Super Troopers a week ago, and I was like, I need to.
What was the fucking? I'm sorry, it's not important. Go.
No, it is important. Somebody said meow at work, and I was like, "Are you saying meow?" And he went along with it, and I was like, "I need to watch that fucking movie again."
You know what's great though is when you say that and they get the reference, because the opposite is like devastating.
Yes.
When you're like, you got a fucking solid reference and you get it in there and you're like, fucking nailed it, and there's like, huh?
I would.
And you're just like,
I'll just
from
jump
the
off the
movie.
roof now.
yeah. I'm just gonna go put my face in front of the next truck.
Should I do a flip or a gainer? What do you want to say?
You want to see my bottle opener, dude? Jackknife.
Jackknife. No, an Italian burger.
I'm already out.
Boliga.
An Italian burglar was
Oh.
caught after sitting down with a book.
Hey.
I imagine it's the Hamburglar though, but like an Italian red and white and green. Like, hey,
You still got the same outfit, but it's got that little red
Fuck yeah.
scarf on it too.
fucking reading over here.
An ascot.
Yeah.
But what I take away from this already is they can read now.
They're
It's
reading
like
now.
Jurassic Park's like they can open doors now.
A would-be burglar was caught in Rome after stopping to read a book on Greek mythology in the middle of theft, the media reports. A 38-year-old reportedly gained access to an apartment in the Italian capital's Prati district via the balcony, but became distracted after picking up a book about Homer's Iliad on a bedside table. The 71-year-old homeowner is said to have awoken and confronted the alleged thief, who was engrossed in the book. News of the failed burglary attracted the attention of the book's author, who told local
Homer?
media it was a book about
Oh,
the Iliad.
I was like, I'll figure
He
it
told local media he wanted to send the man a copy so he could finish his read.
Nice.
After being caught off guard, the alleged thief reportedly attempted to make a quick getaway via escaping the same balcony, but was arrested shortly afterwards. He is said to have told the police he had climbed the building to visit a person he knew. I thought I had ended up in a B&B, saw the book, and started to read it. Giovanni Nucci, the author of The Gods at 6 O'Clock, which explains the Iliad from the perspective of the gods, told the Messaggero, "It's fantastic. I'd like to find the person caught red-handed and give him the book, because he'll have been arrested halfway through reading it. I'd like him to be able to finish it. It's a surreal story, but also full of humanity." The thief was reportedly in possession of a bag containing expensive clothing allegedly stolen from another house earlier that evening. Mr. Nucci said his personal favorite deity was Hermes, the god of thieves.
Respect.
He is also the god of literature. It's clear. Everything fits.
Hermes is also the god of speed, the guy who would have gotten away if he was really into him.
Is that not Apollo?
No, it's Hermes. Oh. It's a messenger god, bro.
Oh.
Yo, how fucking funny would it be?
I don't fuck with the Greeks.
How funny
so-
would it be though if the fucking dude got a letter from jail from the guy who robbed his house? He's like, I'm really sorry about what I did. You hear about this Medusa bitch?
Yo, I just heard about this. It's
Snake
crazy.
hair, man. What the fuck?
Ain't no way you ain't looking. You know you're looking.
Right? You ain't seeing
She's
bitch
all
with-
sitting there all like, oh shit.
You ain't see snake hair bitches every day, dude.
I do be like that.
Yeah. How funny would it be? Like you catch up to him after chasing him, and he's just on a curb reading a book. Like, what? Fucking what? Minotaurs?
Still getting his
What?
mind blown apart.
We had a welder that worked for us who broke into the weld shop. My uncle gets the phone call from the alarm company. Cops come, and they found him. I don't know, just reminded me because they found him sitting on the floor with a bottle of Budweiser and
Nice.
just a porno mag, just
Just leaving.
Just thumbing through.
He wasn't stealing anything?
nah, he was just
Hanging out?
He was hanging. It was like 3 a.m.
Was he having a rough night?
weeknight, I guess.
Maybe he was trying to get back to sleep.
Yeah, it was
Didn't
the guy.
work early.
It was the guy I got the rocks for when we were in Europe.
Did this guy also ask for a really small hammer? Not a pickaxe, but a hammer
No, he
as to carve the rocks with?
he collected rocks from different places. So I was like, yeah, I'll help this guy out. He doesn't have much to
Yo,
live for.
you's going to Europe? Yo, can you give me some of those fucking Denmark pebbles, dude? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he also ask for a 24 by 36 poster?
Rita Hayworth?
Nah.
Dude, that'd be funny as shit. Like,
Now
your
he had a
uncle,
centerfold,
your uncle
so-
or whatever goes into the shop and sees him just sitting there. It's like, what the fuck, dude? He's like, these fucking cartoons. You see the way this guy draws tits? Fucking hysterical.
Phenomenal.
No,
Fucking hysterical.
there's
dude.
great articles in here.
Like this one here.
I mean, this is from the 70s, and it's a little dated. It's a little dated,
But you can still apply it to your day-to-day life, man.
It's informative.
Yeah. I mean, we need to get ourselves back to this. That's why this world's in such bad shape. Ah, fuck.
What's that class? Legacy Media.
Jesus Christ.
Speaking of TV shows and whatnot,
I'm just fucking. You had to get him rocks from Europe, or
I can't.
You
get,
don't remember this?
I can't get off of it
No, I
either.
remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
why
You
are you
just
so fucking quiet all of a sudden?
You
I
get
know,
them
you
from like specific places.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Tony,
So you're like picking up a different rock in each
Yeah.
country?
Yeah, a couple different countries. I got him rocks because, like, I just knew he'd appreciate it.
Is he a sped?
He's dead now. No, he.
Better dead than sped.
Yeah, no, he was.
I disagree.
I mean, he was. I was about to say, he's a normal guy. He wasn't a normal guy.
I mean, he got fucking caught reading a porno mag by breaking.
Yeah, he definitely had
He had something up.
addiction problems,
Yeah.
and But when he was on the straight and narrow, he was a good guy.
That
Go ahead.
the one guy from Kill Tony, that Cam Patterson, you know him? He collects rocks too.
They're like, tell something interesting about yourself. He's like, I'm not retarded, but I really like rocks. He's like, what? He's like, yeah, I just got this one outside.
He's like, I don't know, they just make me.
It feel good in my hand.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny though that you're like, yeah, I'm going to Europe with my buddy. You're like, are you going to Europe? Can you give me like, oh yeah, what do you want? Like a
He was like, I collect rocks from places.
You're like, yeah, do you want a T-shirt, a snow dome? What do you want, dude? He's like,
Nah,
pebbles.
geodes. If
Pebbles.
Pebbles. Give me some pebbles?
Yeah.
That'd be sick. Yeah. Like just off the
I
ground.
forget
like,
where I got them from. One was definitely Vatican City. I remember that. 'Cause I remember, like, you were like,
it was stolen.
you looking for rocks again? And I was like, yeah, I'm looking for rocks.
This is that Vatican City, Micah.
It's all
We're
smooth.
like,
I would have just grabbed 3 at the airport.
I just made it up.
All of them looking like pretty much the same. Like this one's from
Fuck the airport, my house.
this one's from Malta. This one's from Wales. That one, fuck it, Finland. Whatever.
You're
they
adding-
all look exactly the same. It's like, yeah, that's just Europe, man. It's how
he was probably buried with those rocks.
how funny is being like
I mean, he's not floating
if
with
he
him.
has like a niece or something. Like, oh yeah, Uncle Laszlo or whatever his name is. Like, he gives you this, and she's like, oh, it's like a little shoebox, and she's like, it's just full of fucking stones, dude.
I don't even know where they're
Not
from.
just stones.
That actually reminds me of a story when I saw my mom laugh the hardest in my life.
Your mom laughs.
Not only did,
What?
at really weird random shit like this.
Like little kids dying.
My dad was yes. I'll just let him go.
She's a very stone-faced lady.
Yeah. Rock face, maybe. Camera. Well, my dad used to be in a band with guys who were also in the Allman Brothers back in the day, and they all used to hang out at a practice spot in Atlanta. Or no, it was Atlanta or Alabama, but eventually they tore the practice spot down, the house, and they mailed my dad one of the bricks from the house with a little plaque. And my mom opened the mail because it was like, it was addressed to my dad, but it was like weirdly shaped and heavy. So she opened the wrong side. So she opened a box of just a brick and lost her living mind about how funny that was to get mailed a brick. And I was like, and me and all we could do was just observe her.
You want
Because
me
she
to mail your mom a brick?
Somebody should.
Don't
Yeah.
even put a return address on it. We'll all just start sending her mystery bricks.
Very, or just stones of various size and shape. I'm sure she'd be grateful for a mineral.
If we can hit
once
up
in a
your
while.
boy, if we can hit up your boy and find out what he did with his rocks after he passed, just send him over to his mom.
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be sick.
All right. I'll try to figure out where
I
his
know
old
you don't
lady
know
is.
this guy, but he really wanted you to have his stones. This one's from Malta. This one's from Madrid. It was like, she probably
One was from Amsterdam. I remember that though.
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
Yeah.
No, that's in Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry, I said it wrong.
How funny it'd be if he had all these European rocks, but just one from Baltimore too.
Why wouldn't you?
What? Yeah.
What's wrong with Baltimore?
And it's just a pebble with Old Bay on it.
No, it's from the harbor and it's covered in pond scum. You get sick when you hold it. Let me see. I got 2 more news stories.
All right.
Horror as a New Jersey cop runs over a woman sunbathing on the beach. A woman sunbathing on the beach ahead of Labor Day weekend has been run over by a police car in a horrific accident. The woman was relaxing on Wildwood Beach in New Jersey on Wednesday when she was hit by the car. Witness Simone Rose says she heard screaming on the beach from all around her. Horrified onlookers tried to alert the officer driving the F-150. They were the only ones who sprung into action. People were just screaming, "You hit somebody! Somebody's under your truck! Stop!" She said it was only when people gathered around the truck of the officer that the officer involved jumped out. Bystanders worked together to lift the front of the truck off the victim, Simone recalled. The woman suffered broken ribs and vertebrae and was reportedly experiencing lung problems, but she's expected to survive.
She's still smoking though.
I know.
Hasn't given up the Newports.
No, never.
Her ribs were broken, but the cigarette didn't fall out of her mouth.
No, that's a Marlboro right there. It is understood she was sunbathing in dark clothes on a towel when the incident occurred. She was with a man who was swimming in the water at the time. She has not been publicly identified. Wildwood Police City Chief Joseph Murphy said on Friday that the officer involved, who was not named, is usually assigned to the beach. The incident is subject to an internal investigation, and a spokesperson said they would not be publicly commenting on it while the investigation is ongoing.
Wow.
You said sunbathing. I instantly thought she was topless. or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So I was like, how bad?
It must have been.
But like, how bad do your titties have to be? Then not only did people not look at you, they actually rode over you in their cars.
Not only did he ride over her, did not get off.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "No, get off the lady." He's like,
What lady?
What lady?"
It's like Wizard of Oz.
He's like, oh, the one with her tits out? Nah.
Nah, I'm good.
I seen them, but I'm good.
It's also like, yeah. How are her titties? Well, it's that Wednesday and Wildwood titties. So a 3 at best.
Boo.
Boo. Yeah, I instantly went to like topless, but who's sunbathing in all black?
They said dark clothes. They didn't say black clothes.
So not even like a black swimsuit, just black clothes. Like
It probably was
I
a
just
dark
imagine
black
that-
swimsuit.
I imagine her now like sunbathing in like black jeans and a black t-shirt, like fucking Johnny
A
Cash.
fucking hijab, just or whatever, just awful. Not even sunbathing. Just
she wants
wearing
to
a
get her hands tan.
It's like, yo, you're on top of a girl. Dude, I thought it was a shadow. My bad.
thought it was a ghost.
It was Yuki and it was spooky, so I ran that fucker over.
Is the sunbather from Delco or Northeast Philly?
Only one of the two.
What? If she had jeans on, it was
either
definitely-
way, she offered the cop a fair one
If
after
you-
it happened.
If you're sunbathing in Wildwood on a Wednesday, you're from one of those two places.
Yeah. Collecting,
damn it.
or not even unemployment. You're on fucking disability, just.
Permanent disability,
Yeah.
by the
You're
way.
not from
Like,
Bucks
yeah, I got
County.
fibromyalgia.
She's just under.
can't work.
Just
Yeah.
under the car, like,
Go get me another Pepsi.
hurry up before I sting your fucking jaw. Get your fucking car off of me, man.
She steals the carburetor.
Yeah, catalytic converter.
Yes, that's what.
Yeah, I mean, I figured I was under there, so.
Probably get a good $50 for it.
Oh shit!
This
dude.
thing will fetch me a good $75.
Or she took the battery out of the car and then just instantly threw it in the ocean.
Did I ever tell that story on here?
I don't know.
I have a we buy batteries at work. And the guy was like, "Oh shit, you buy batteries?" And I went, "Yeah." He went, "All right, man, I know just where I left it in the creek."
That's fucking great.
Fucking dead serious.
Holy
And I
shit.
went, and then I texted Greg immediately.
Of course.
Because when I just text Greg that shit like immediately.
He said crick. Oh god, I just imagine him like coming up the next day with his little slightly soggy car battery. Here you go. It's the one I told
He was
you
like,
about.
"I told you." I got it.
Yeah, if I go to the retention pond, I get at least 4 more. Ah, fuck, that's funny.
that's the closest thing you have to a beach is the retention pond.
Can you imagine just a bunch of dirtballs like swimming in a pond, just like, yo, they're buying the fucking batteries down there.
They do have fountains in them, so
It's like dudes in jeans with like scuba masks on.
But no shirt and jeans.
No shirt, jeans, no shoes.
no shoes.
belt. Yeah.
Snorkel.
Yeah, snorkel.
Snorkel's got a
But it's like a little kid one he borrowed, you know?
It's like
It's
teal.
pink.
It's
Yeah.
teal with seashells on it.
Or the shark one.
yes.
Yo, where'd you get that? My cousin.
She had one with door on it, but I ain't gay.
Yeah.
No gay shit, but
Oh fuck me, that's funny.
nice. All right, well, last one. An apartment complex bills a woman who died for breaking her lease. In San Antonio, they say you can't take it with you, but a local apartment complex says you better pay up before you go. It sent a bill to the family of one of its former tenants, charging her for breaking her lease when she died. What's her name? Sandra Bonilla. This is Sandra right here.
Oh, look at her.
The woman's children received a bill from the apartment complex for $15,000 and $15,676 and a collection notice, despite a Texas law says that family members can cancel a lease if a loved one passes away. The 91-year-old Sandra died in late June and was buried at Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery next to her husband. For more than 10 years, she lived at the lodge at Shavano Park Apartments. At the time of her death, Bonilla had almost a year left on her 2-year lease. We went to the apartment complex, spoke to the leasing manager, and he told us that he would use the security deposit towards the cleaning and turnover of the apartment, and that was the way they would terminate the lease, Natterman said. But later, the family received a bill for $14,368 in accelerated rent and a $1,117 lease break fee. It even states the reason for her move out as deceased. They want
She dead.
they want the rest of the about years long worth of rent from a dead person. Natterman said, "This must be a child of the lady. I think it's pretty unusual. I've never heard of anybody trying to charge an estate or somebody who is deceased for rent before," said Bill Clanton, an attorney who specializes in consumer and debt collection law. Clanton says a section of the Texas Property Code states a representative of the tenant's estate may avoid liability for future rent if they take 2 steps: remove all property from the apartment and provide a written notice of termination. The landlord can only charge up to 30 days rent after the notice is received. The landlord can charge for about 30 days once the lease is terminated. You can't get blood from a turnip, and you certainly can't get rent from a dead person, Clanton says. Bonilla's son said that they sent the termination notice, but still received a collection letter threatening to report the debt to a credit bureau or file legal action. For now, the family is waiting to see the rest if the apartment complex follows through. It is quite stressful, Natterman said.
I think it would be kind of funny, like you go to like the cemetery where she is, and you just see some dude in like in a tracksuit, just over top of her grave, like, we need our fucking money.
Cracking his knuckles.
He's like, I'll be fucking back next week.
Where's the monies? Why don't you have the monies?
Just kicking
So
flowers
on
over.
and so forth.
Just kicking the flowers over. Oh god damn it, dude.
They take the little stuffed animals and things.
Now, I'm ignorant. If you say I die in colossal debt, which is probably likely to happen tomorrow,
It's the best way to die.
does it just like all gone?
It's done.
Now, if I had children, do they?
Nope.
Okay.
That does with you. If their name's not on anything and didn't sign anything, that does with you.
So you're racking up that credit card.
Oh,
like,
God,
like Larry, you got 6 months. You're like,
Oh man,
going to the mall.
I'm opening credit
Gotta win
cards.
to the mall.
I'm getting loans.
Who wants Pokemon cards?
Yep. It's like, yo, X, how many Xboxes you want, dude?
Yeah. Flip them bitches.
Keep at least 3 in case the first one breaks. You gotta have some backups, dude.
Throw it in the ocean.
As soon as it breaks, just toss that shit in your
Throw in the ocean.
Damn, dude.
I've always wondered if you do assume your child's debt
No,
upon death.
No.
I don't think it's legal.
unless you're signed.
Unless you
if everyone's
sign
an
shit.
adult,
Yeah,
like if you
yeah.
sign as a guardian, yes, but
Yeah.
other shit, no.
I
Absolutely
imagine
not.
like medical bills of a child or something like that. Like you're on the hook.
Yeah.
Oh, of a child.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I just mean like if they're 18 and like no, you're not on the hook.
Is debtor's prison still a thing?
No, it hasn't been for a long time.
I don't think so.
My mother used to threaten me with that all the time.
What?
Debtor's prison. Where if you don't pay your debt, they send you to jail.
That's been gone for longer than slavery has.
Everybody remembers their first credit card, right?
No, you could. That would be like you would get fraud or whatever. If you max out hundreds of thousands of dollars in credit cards, you'll go to jail.
That Leo DiCaprio movie. Come on.
Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Better
But-
book.
I
But
think
yeah,
book.
you can go to that. You can go.
No, you can't.
I had about $5,000 in debt.
You're not gonna go to jail for that.
I racked up a $5,000 limit. This is good. Seriously, I was like 19. And my mom was like, they're going to send you to debtor's prison. And my sister would just pull me aside. Like, it's not real. It's not a real thing.
What did you spend $5,000 on?
I got my first credit card on just dumb
Stuff.
shit. Really dumb shit.
Huh.
I think I blew at least like $1,000 on eBay buying old comic books.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Easy.
Regrets? None. None.
I still got them.
Yeah, I do actually.
I think you and I think you would end up in jail from other things like with that much debt they can start to like put liens on if you have a house they can put a lien on your house
I never paid
Or-
it back.
or they can what's it called garnish wages and stuff
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they can't take you to jail for it. If you are doing fraud and there's a crime being committed, yeah, they can get you for that, but
I mean, if
Yeah, but
if like you got warrants and you're not going to court, like yeah,
That's
they're
different.
gonna go for that. Well, I just mean like
and you're probably lying
They'll
to
tack
get that
that on.
sort of
Yeah.
credit, and so that's
So if I get
maybe
picked-
not.
If I would have gotten picked up for something else, they would have tacked that on,
maybe
like a garnish onto your shit.
I don't think so. It depends on what the it depends on what the creditor is willing to go through
Yeah.
to collect it. Because normally they'll just sell your debt to a collection agency,
Yeah.
and then they're the ones who'll fuck your credit.
Was it-
I just wait. I have no idea what my credit score is, to tell you the truth. But
Did you listen to Matt and Shane this week when he was not last week when he's talking to the guy that wrote the book about being on Skid Row? In
I haven't
LA?
I haven't listened to it yet.
But they were saying that when you get a call from collection agencies, it's
Oh,
usually
yeah,
a guy that's like in some sort of like AA rehab
Yeah.
program. So to be an asshole to them, they call you, go, how many days you got clean? Like be a fucking dick to 'em.
Yeah.
Because I had the credit card, and then the credit card company would call me for like the first 6 months. I owed a lot of money, and then it went to like, we're so and so from so and so collections agency, and then I just kept like, I would get the voicemails deleted, not even respond to it or nothing.
Yeah.
And then it went to another collection agency, and then it just stopped altogether.
After 7 years, it absolves.
Okay, it's way over 7 years.
yeah, but it still fucks your credit up.
Oh, my
Yeah.
credit
For 7
my
years.
credit's shit anyway. I
But
don't give a fuck.
also, you could go once it gets to that like second or third tier collection. You're just like, how much for like a buy now, like cash out? Because
Yeah.
they have like they can hit quotas at their job too. So it's like
It's
if
called
you
a
have like
settlement.
like if you have like a $2,000 bill, you might be able to settle for like $700.
I lost a job maybe like 20 years ago, and I had taken a credit building loan out like before I lost the job, so I had already owed them like $2,400, and then they just kept sending me like, we owe you this or this, and I kept saying like I would call them like, look, I'm just unemployed, I'm working on getting a new job. A year later, I got the job, and I called them back. I was like, how much to settle that thing? Because like that's a lot, because they tacked on fees because late, that shit.
You can tack on all the fees you want. I ain't paying
But
them
seriously,
either.
like, let's say like I owed $2,000, and with fees it was like $4,000. I was like, look, I'm back on my feet. I want to square up. How much do you want? And they're like 15. I was like, fine.
Done.
Yeah. So not only did I not have to pay the original 2 back, I was $500 less. None of the actual like
Nice.
penalties or anything were taken care of.
A lot of debts like that are a waiting game.
And they weren't even being bitchy about it. Just like, I don't know, 15? Are you cool
15's
with
not good to
15?
you.
I was like, all right.
Plus, once you have like in a perfect world, once you have the money, credit doesn't really matter anymore.
Yeah.
Credit score, like if you have enough, it's rare, but if you have enough capital to like put a down payment on a house or buy a house outright, like your credit score doesn't or a car, your credit doesn't matter anymore.
I got lucky. Mine was sold to me by my parents, so.
It was what?
Mine was sold to me by my parents. They didn't check my credit. They already knew that it was dog shit.
It is worse to have less or no credit than it is to have bad credit.
Correct.
While I have you two assholes here,
Whoa.
I want to get your
Yeah,
opinion on something.
that was sharp.
I'm sorry. I was just trying
I was
to
going to bring up the Cash App cricket thing, but we can come back to it.
this might not take long then.
Good.
You guys love sports. I mean, Phillies.
Yeah, sports guys.
When I get home, my mother's normally watching a Phillies game,
Sure.
right? And so sometimes I was like, I sit and we just catch up on the day and whatever. And I would sit and watch like the first couple minutes of the game or whatever. I used to think the worst thing in the world was the banter back and forth between newscasters. I think sports, what do you call him, a commentator, announcer,
Yeah.
whatever you call him. Now it's John Kruk and some dude, right? That may be worse than the back and forth fun banter between newscasters.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of space to fill in between stuff. They're just doing their best.
I mean, like, there's only so much.
They've had it too
I guess
good
there's
for too
only
long.
What's the back and forth? What are you comparing?
I look like say like
I mean, I know I know the Phillies announcers, but what are you saying? Like
I look
the
like
banter.
well when it comes to newscasters, like the weather guy, be like, oh, it's going to be 90
Oh,
tomorrow.
okay.
And then
gotcha,
like
gotcha.
the girl at the desk, be like, oh, I guess I better not
Yeah,
bring
all right.
out my long pants.
Well, I know
blah, blah.
exactly why you're saying
But,
it. It's because you never really watch sports, so
And
it's
it's
probably
corny,
like
and
a
it's-
crazy jump. For
And
you.
it's painful to listen to. These newscasters do this, but on the sports casters, or whatever you want to call them, like I guess there's only so many ways to say, here comes this guy. He
Yeah. Reminds me back
Bottom of the
in,
ninth.
he was in the minors and this-
92, and
Yeah. I was listening to it, and it was the other guy in Kruk talking, and they were seriously talking. It was like, so, what you get into this the other day? He's like, hey, I'm working on that porch in the back of my house. And he seriously talked about, like, finishing a porch on the back of, like, his daughter's house or something. And I was just like, this is more painful than NPR. This is brutal.
Dude, they got to do 3.
It's because they're
4
not
hours a day.
podcasting.
I mean, like, you figure that's like, it was like, how many games a week? Like 5, 6?
Yeah.
Each team?
All right.
God.
Now,
How
yeah.
much
So
shit,
many.
How much shit? And like baseball games are what? 2 to 3 hours?
Closer to 4. Yeah.
That's a lot of
That's
fucking
brutal.
time you just got to fill.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just imagine like if we were sitting there watching a game for 3 hours, eventually it'd be like, yeah, I'm fixing up the back here. Like,
But they should get like a mid-level podcast, right? Just a
but they
mid-level
talk
podcast.
every day.
That's kind of funny, right? Not like super crass or super like off. And like, look, you guys do what you're gonna do, but we're gonna throw John Kruk in here too. So just be funny and have funny things, and occasionally we'll be okay with John saying, "Oh, this guy, he trained with this guy, or his dad was an umpire." Like, because like I was sitting there and like watching and listening, I was just like, this makes me want to pull my fucking ears off. This is bad.
So you want them to basically do radio?
It's worse than the thing.
All right, next time we're going to do the fart song.
Who's the dude that's not Kruk? Who's the dude guy that isn't Kruk?
It's not Wheels
For the Philadelphia Phillies.
It's
Some bald white guy. That's all I can tell you. He's got announcer voice, and it's actually quite pleasant to listen to, so that's fine. But Kruk just sounds like every basic white boy, and it's just like
Wait.
the guy's in the booth during the Phillies game.
Yeah, so now the slander's on Kruk.
I got no problem, yo.
So now we're going at Kruk? Is that what we're...
It's at those types of guys in general.
Ant's got shirts to push. We're not talking about Kruk
The
right
back
now.
and forth. It's like,
You
How come
can't
not-
talk bad on Kruk, dude?
but it's like,
Well,
how come?
Kruk's
yeah,
like the most likable dude.
I'm not saying he ain't, and he's got one ball, and I got respect that. But it's also like, why couldn't like get some guys that are somewhat funny, or have Kruk have like, yo, can you give me like a solid 15 of jokes? Just like,
I think I got to side with the jocks on this one. It's
Yeah?
it's hard to
Fucking
fill.
jocks, Jesus.
It's hard to fill that much time.
he didn't call you a meathead or nothing. He called you a jock. Who cares?
It's hard to fill that much time
God
that
damn,
many
dude.
days a week.
That shit's brutal.
Well,
If you think that's bad, if you're ever out of town, turn on an out of market team.
yeah.
Brutal. I mean, Kruk is. I can't think of any. Like, he's just like a cool dude talking versus just a bunch of tools.
So in
Versus fucking Joe Buck. Fuck you, Joe Buck.
the pantheon of like sportscasters, Kruk's top tier.
Nah, the guy who died a few years ago.
Callis or Carey,
Yeah.
Harry Carey or
All
whoever.
those dudes, yeah.
But like,
Because
yeah,
there was Harry, and then there was Callis in Philly. Wait, what's the Mets, the Cubs guy?
Carey. Yeah.
Harry Carey,
Yeah.
the guy that Wolf.
Hey!
Yeah. If the moon was made of baby back ribs, yeah. But
If you were a hot dog, would you eat yourself?
I would.
I
I'd
would.
slather myself in brown mustard. I'd be simply delicious.
But no,
What
Kruk
the fuck is happening right now?
But like,
He's just a
That was
beloved.
an SNL skit.
He's just a beloved Philadelphia
But, like-
athlete, and he's
my question is, what's more painful to listen to, sportscasting or the back and forth witty conversations of news?
newscasters by far, because
Yeah.
that's 100% manufactured and fake.
And they
Yeah,
all,
so
they're
it's-
all in competition with each other to
Yeah.
steal each other's
it's all
jobs.
canned enthusiasm.
like the baseball, at least it could be to some like watching paint dry, but at least it's just a hey, how you doing there, Bob? You know,
Yeah.
we got to mow this long. Like,
They all do have that folky.
yeah,
Hey, I'm
Well,
honest
Kruk's
as
a
the
West
trees
Virginia-
are
I play
tall.
the spoons on the
Kruk's a
weekend.
West Virginia guy, man.
You know what? No matter how bad things, you wake up and know one thing. The sun's in the sky, the moon's in the sky, and you're good to go. But
Woke up, put 2 feet on the ground. Lord said, "Yep, there you go."
but nothing is.
It's like that's not even a saying, asshole.
It could be though.
Because the one thing that's actually like made me want to actually fight somebody lately. You guys, obviously, we're locals. Channel 6, ABC. This dude who does the fucking traffic report, Matt Pellman, right? This fucking young white Peckerwood. Whatever they're talking about in the news story, right? And then they throw to him for traffic. He makes some really shitty pun about whatever's going on in the news. And it's like when Trump got shot, I was like, well, I'd like to shoot traffic in the air today because on the 495, he's like, oh,
He's doing his best. Okay, I like that. That's get up and that's get him spirit. Right there.
Child trafficking, more like traffic on the blue route.
Wow.
it's to the point that even my old ass mother's like, the fuck is wrong with him? And she's always like, why do his suit? None of his suits fit. He's all like, what?
You look like a dick.
Wow.
Oh, god damn, dude, it is.
I love it. It's gonna be a scorcher. This
But I just like
It's fucking
the
good, dude.
sportscasters would be funny, like somebody's just sitting there like watching or listening to the game, and then like their significant other comes in the room and they start like yapping or whatever. They're like, ep, 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 give some of that. And he's like, "Shut up, man! John's talking about the fucking porch he did this weekend. I'm trying to see if he fucking stained it yet.
did he
dude.
finish it or what?
Did he put the Murphy's oil on it, dude? Like, I'm trying to figure this out. Shut up! I'm trying to get to the bottom of this." But god damn it, dude.
That's shit I need to know.
The other guy that does the Phillies cast with Kruk has the best announcer voice since I'd say like Bob Uecker. Dude, he's just
Euchre's got a great voice.
Uecker I just love because didn't he do the Major League movies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like the perfect like announcer voice. It's so good, dude.
Yeah, John Madden,
Yeah.
one of
Madden,
the
very
best
true.
voices ever.
Yes.
Madden was the worst to listen. He'd be like, "Yep," and then I remember one time he was drawn on the. They were showing like the
I love
city.
drawing on the fucking
He was like,
board.
it was the city and it was a church, and he was like, and over here you got the steeple, and then he drew a bunch of stick figures, and he went, and inside you
Fucking-
got the people,
And open up
Awesome.
a lot of people.
and everybody was like,
God, that's
"Oh,
good."
God."
Yo, yeah. But if I had heard that when it originally aired, I'd have been like, fucking genius. Like, give him
It was a Monday Night Football
give
game.
him a special, dude.
That's fucking badass,
hilarious.
dude.
Me and a guy that like grew up with my roommates. We used to like Monday Night Football.
Your wife?
No,
an
in
old
college.
roommate.
Yeah,
I thought you were
yeah,
a current roommate.
Yeah, the missus.
Yeah.
No.
He grew up with my dog.
And I want to say his name, but we got in trouble last time we were together.
Oh.
We said too many names.
oh.
Oh.
So, but him and I would bet Monday Night Football, and it was like because he had nothing else to do, so we just bet on Monday nights, and Madden fucking killed us every Monday.
Speaking of betting, I saw something recently that there was the amount of betting on the presidential debate.
How would you bet? Oh, like what they'll say and stuff.
Yeah, like how many times like Trump gives Kamala a nickname, how many times she says like this word, or how many times he brings up the border, how many times she brings up January 6th or whatever, and like motherfuckers will make money off they'll bet on anything, dude.
That's fucking brilliant.
It's fucking insane, dude.
But I feel like it's kind of subjective because you could allude to those type of
Yeah.
things. So does that count? Does that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
One of
That
them was
hard.
in the span of like in his first, because how it's like a back and forth. In his first, like I guess at bat, Donald Trump, how many hand movements he would do in the span of like
That's
20
pretty
minutes or whatever.
That's a big number.
Yeah, but it was definitely like an over under number. Like so, it's like is he going to do between 10 and 20?
I was about to say, what's the over-under?
20, 30, shit like that. And like just like somebody broke down all the different bets you could do through most bookies about the presidential debates. I'm like, they would seriously bet on fucking anything.
Yeah.
Am I a bad American that I didn't see the debate? I haven't even seen one clip.
Me either.
All I've seen is the Alf meme and the earpiece meme, but I haven't heard or seen a clip. Just all pictures or memes.
I tried to watch it
Yeah.
and I couldn't.
I watched the first one with Joe and Trump
Yeah, I watched that
back
one.
in, was that June?
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
last night
I
I
didn't
tried
watch
to.
that either. Shit.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
That was
He
brutal.
Yeah.
I saw a great
tough.
version where they used AI to put Chinese singing over it.
That's
That made me laugh very
That should
hard.
be your new outro music.
I put up
That'd be nice.
I posted a new one today on Instagram, and it's from the last debate, and it's the same thing, like an auto tune, like Chinese vocal, like song thing, but it's Trump Kamala, and for some reason, like Kamala's singing is not as good as Biden singing.
It fucks me up though.
But all you got to do is there's normally every fucking news outlet has a bullet points of what got brought up. You can just watch it the next day. It's like a highlight reel of maybe 15, 20 minutes tops.
I'll do you one better though. You could also not watch it,
You can just catch the bullet points the next morning. It's easier.
or not catch the bullet points. It's pretty great.
I don't know if it's my old-
I'm enjoying
I don't know
it
if it's
so
my
far.
old age, but I feel like I should be more aware of what's going on.
Why?
I don't know.
Yeah.
There you go.
I feel like we've talked about like conspiracy, all that stuff. I think we all agree it doesn't matter.
Yeah, none of it matters.
So
I was blackpilled a long time
Yeah,
ago. I do not care.
No matter who's president, like shit's still gonna like happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but
Especially on not really this date.
I did just
But
vote in my
the
local
date-
elections though.
2 weeks from now or whatever. Yeah.
we're
End of September.
recording this on 9/11. This is currently 9/11.
This is my 9/11.
Yeah.
This moment.
Is it? But like I think also like I think the debates are more watched now just because of Donald, just because
Oh, yeah.
he's
He's so entertaining.
what the fuck's he gonna say?
He can't
Like,
miss.
I just keep like crossing my fingers hoping he calls somebody gay or retarded or just like says they have a little dick. Just something. And like I want him to go to the next level. And I feel like
I think
and that's not something you want to read about the next morning. Oh, last night at the debate, Donald said like she had a fucking fat pussy lip. No, like you want to
Like,
be there.
not two fat pussy lip.
Just one.
That
If he-
shit ain't
yeah.
right.
If he starts falling behind or loses,
Yeah, that's when he
he'll
starts
do. I
grasping.
think he'll do something pretty wild.
Yeah. And like, would you rather read about it or would you rather be there when it's being said?
Yeah.
I don't know. I probably would have.
Yeah. Like the minute he finally just like fucking gives up and drops the N-bomb, you just want to be there like, ah!
I think he's too good at this for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won't do that. He's too corporate for that.
See, I said this today, like,
His recent ones weren't good.
I didn't think he was gonna engage her, and I don't think he should have engaged
No.
her. Like, he should have did what he would. Biden was just like,
Yeah.
look like an asshole. Like,
It's smarter for him not to do it because
Yeah.
I guarantee you she was like fucking prepped, ready for him
Yeah.
to start popping shit. And
especially with her earpiece. In.
yeah. And if he didn't, it would throw her off completely.
Yeah.
She don't know what the fuck else to talk about if he's
Then
not
you just
calling
look
her,
like a jerk.
if he's not calling her ISIS or whatever,
Yeah.
you know.
What?
That's her cousin's name.
Kamila.
Kamila.
Or what was the one though? That fucking picture that Matt sent it to us the other day. It was come Allah.
Ah.
I was like, Jesus Christ.
It's a good one.
Old white people finally got clever in the last couple of years. You know, they got their resurgence.
It only took them a few generations.
Oh shit. P break.
Yeah, I'll take
there,
one.
I guess we got to do some. Our friends do cool shit.
Before we get into that, you had something you want to talk about before I start talking about.
Oh, the Cricket Wireless Cash App thing. Which is
Go ahead. Ask the question.
What the
what's
hell?
More, yeah, what's more white trash?
Yeah.
I don't.
Cash App or Cricket Wireless?
Cricket.
Okay.
Metro PCS. actually.
Metro PCS is more white trash than Cricket.
What's the Walmart one?
Because
Cash
Cricket's,
App. Yeah,
Cricket's
but
the one that has Ryan Reynolds.
Between the two,
That's Mint Mobile.
That's Mint Mobile.
Right? Oh.
Between the two, when someone says Cash App me, or if they're like, yeah, I got to put minutes on my Cricket, what's more WT?
The latter.
I said it was circumstantial. Was my
No,
response.
I asked the question and instantly regret it because it's obviously
Story of my
Cricket
life.
Wireless. Cricket Wireless is more white trash. Cash App's African American. I mean, it just is.
You mean black?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yes.
I was trying.
I mean, because it's basically the same thing as Venmo.
It is.
right.
It is
What's
the same
It's
thing.
Black Venmo.
It's black.
Yeah.
Venmo.
I use PayPal still.
There's a lot of people like
Very
That's
secure.
OS.
like there's
very
a lot
secure.
of people like Venmo has a crowd,
Sure.
Cash App has a crowd, PayPal has a crowd, all the other ones.
Zelle. When
Zelle-
somebody's
You have to
like,
Zelle me,
yo,
brother."
Zelle me, I'm like, fuck type of money you
That's
got?
Is that one of those African reindeer?
No,
I thought
it's
Zelle was WT, you know?
Oh, no. Zelle's like, I always thought Zelle was like.
it's bank account to bank account, like a check.
yeah.
Because
Yeah, I don't want them.
Takes forever.
Yeah. If you don't have Venmo, something's going on.
Venmo is for
I
whites.
just got it.
I
within the
don't.
last 6
I
months.
don't have Venmo.
It's
You
so
you
easy.
very
I
much
know.
know that.
Do you know when I got Venmo for the first time? To get a hat off you. That's the first time I ever used Venmo.
Why'd you ask another way?
Because I figured, fuck it. It's like
I need a Venmo. I just
It's like-
figured you should be my first.
I had always been like, guys, like a lot of people would ask me to send shit from Venmo, and I was like, I don't have Venmo.
It's
and like,
so much easier.
so I was like, I'll just fucking finally download it so I can get him the money for this hat. So I just did it. But
I won't do it.
Cricket
It's
Wireless.
good to have. Like a lot of times,
I
like,
feel very secure with PayPal.
it's the same thing.
God damn, it isn't.
It is.
It isn't because I
actually.
have PayPal and I don't have Venmo,
I
so
had-
it's not the same fucking thing.
I had a PayPal.
Not the same because you don't have it.
For like 6 months, I had a PayPal bill me later credit card.
Why?
Because you bought a thing and probably
Jesus
saw.
Christ.
Here's why.
That's
because
fucking layaway.
when
Like,
you-
what are you doing?
This was like 10, 15 years ago.
when you add something to your card or whatever, and it's like a big amount, they can say pay now or pay later. If you click pay later, you can sign up for those things.
Yeah.
Now they do things like pay in 4, which is I don't know how it's not solvent, but like how it makes money. They do like
Yeah,
apps like Klarna and shit,
Yeah.
no interest. And I'm like, oh, it's because those companies probably buy or like have a certain stipend that they send to the company, and they're essentially sharing the funds. And
Yeah.
it's weird.
And it was funny because I wanted to cancel it. There's like, are you sure you want to cancel? I'm like, yeah. They're like, well, if you don't, we'll do this. I'm like, nah, I just want to cancel. Like, all right. And I
Gone.
did one of those things. Was it like a rocket?
And the
type-
guy went, bet.
he was just like one. But like, I did.
One.
I did. It wasn't rocket money, but it was a similar thing where like you see like all those subscriptions that you have that are cost you money that you don't really need, and that wasn't one of them. So they canceled it right away. So I haven't been getting penalized.
I'm
for it.
so afraid to do a Rocket Money.
I don't want to pivot too hard, but services like that are so fucking stupid to me.
But to answer the initial question, Cricket, because I remember the fucking
Remember?
The
You
first-
remember it? There you go.
I remember the very first commercial with the old lady. was an old lady and like her like wigged out son. He's like, or grandson. He's like a total yo boy.
It's totally a grandson.
He's just like, yo, grandma, I got you a new cricket wire. Like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, yeah. This is definitely
This is a hard sell.
this is definitely some Newcastle shit right here, dude.
Yeah, I mean, Ferrero uses Cricket Wireless.
Dude, we weren't doing names tonight.
No, he knows.
Oh, you mean was?
No, he knows. That's ongoing.
Do you mean Mike Ferrero from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania?
I didn't do that.
Oh, fuck. Like, you know how, like, you have an iPhone and somebody has, like, a Samsung, it'll show up the green bubble in text? If you have Cricket, what does it show up
Green.
like? Does it show up like black?
Green.
Or like something a really obnoxious color? So
Jesus.
everybody
No.
just knows how poor you are?
But if you
fuck, I didn't even mean it like that. God damn it!
Not the bet.
I was accidentally racist just
Jesus.
then. I was accidentally racist just then.
He means the color of the bubble.
Yeah. Like, it's
Nah,
like,
it's still green.
It's still
it's just
green.
like, yo, you
only-
and like the thing above your text is like, yo, this message
Sent from-
is from Scott, who is mad fucking poor.
Sent via Cricket. You know, you can like send if an iMessage isn't going through, you can hold it and send as text message.
Yeah, it's like sent from the back.
Yeah.
This was sent from the back of a dirt bike. Like, I don't know. They had pegs on those things.
No pegsies
He bought that before he bought diapers for his child.
with his Cash App card.
Oh fuck! Bang my line. Yeah, I think there should be a rule that every cell phone provider or cell phone like that should have a different color bubble.
Like Metro PCS bubbles are purple.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
Just
at
so you
all.
could judge all your friends.
Well, I'd rather go like how it is, like whether it's an Android or an iPhone.
When Nextel was a thing, it'd be yellow.
Yeah.
chirp.
Yeah.
That'd be
You're saying
pretty
it
cool.
wrong. It's called a chirp.
A chirp is
I
not a
definitely
text.
had a Nextel
Yeah.
for a really long time.
Chirp.
A chirp is not a text. It's a different animal.
You are.
Sure.
Fuck.
We had them at work forever.
I fucking loved them.
Kids in my school had them. I
You could
thought
dr-
it was so funny.
You could drop.
Yo,
one of
hit
those-
my chirp.
You could drop one of those things from the fucking Mir space station. Nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
The fucking yep.
I definitely ran mine over with a forklift, and like, thing was fine.
Of
I was
course
like,
it
"Yeah,
was.
What's this?
This is somewhat.
Fucking oh shit.
This is somewhat on topic, but somewhat off. That plane that went down recently. You know what I'm talking about?
It's 9/11.
Not. Oh shit. You know what I'm talking about?
The one in Parksburg or wherever, Clarksburg,
Yes.
the Pentagon,
Yeah.
or
No.
Manhattan.
I want to say it was Texas.
It was outside
recently.
of Schwenksville, actually.
Schwenksville, yeah.
There was one. I think it was in Texas recently. Just a plane just went down, or whatever, right? But it would just be funny. Like somebody like in a comment on one of the videos, like was one of those like things like, you know, out of pocket comments and stuff. It was like, yo, if they would have wrapped that thing in an otter box.
Wow.
Oh fuck, that got me.
That's fucking good.
Pretty good.
Is like if you would have like was it Pan Am, the Malaysian flight? If you had wrapped it in an otter box, it would have been fucking floating along just fine.
God damn it. I've even like as of late considered getting another OtterBox just because they are so fucking strong.
Well, I'm not going to say.
I have
nothing
that
about
kind,
Jinx it.
but I mean the Defender, like the whole like you put
Yeah.
the phone into it type one.
Yeah. I drop mine constantly.
I don't think I could be married or have a close family member or friend in my life that had green bubbles. So just think like if you went in a time machine 10, 15 years, not even that long. Just
Even 10.
Yeah. And try to explain that. Like, oh yeah, their texts are green bubbles.
Even 10
never-
Apple texts were green
Ruins a
back
chat.
then.
Ruins a chat.
Well, it's so fucking fucked up that iMessage does that. It purposely makes like group chats and shit difficult, and it throttles the quality of like videos and pictures to a crazy degree when shit is not sent via iPhone.
Iron Price, the old band.
It makes me so fucking
Marty
mad.
had Android,
Has
and
Motherfucker.
yeah, he does still have it. But yeah, all the like the videos people would send, it would just come in like
it's that big.
Yeah.
a postage stamp.
Even sounds
Yeah.
bad. Like what the fuck?
How am I supposed to see Popeye fucking olive oil?
I
and,
would
like,
never respond.
animated?
You
I would never
can't.
respond to anything that.
You can. It sucks. Even if they post like from an Android onto Instagram, it is worse.
So
It's
bring
fucked up.
so bringing it back, Cricket. Whereas it's white trash as fuck. but it does give Samsung people someone to look down on. It's like,
Well,
with your green bubbles, like, yeah, but look over him with the fucking Cricket Wireless.
Yeah.
Samsung is the #1 phone company in the world.
I mean,
The
Over
jitterbug.
that's
the
the old people one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jitterbug.
If you have like a weak grip, you got to get a jitterbug.
What the fuck's the one called for children?
I forget. I know what you're talking about, but it's same basic concept. As
You can have like
jitterbug.
4 contacts in it. That's it.
Yeah,
We had that with. We do that with the watches.
yeah.
Gizmo. It was
That's
the
cool.
one that we had.
You get like mom, dad, home, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. And then he had Anthony. Xavier had one.
Ah,
It was like,
fuck yeah.
It was like
Damn.
mom, dad,
Yo,
Anthony.
When you found out you were the 4th contact, you were just like,
Honor. Yeah.
yeah.
Speaking of which,
That's better than being an uncle. When you think about it.
that's above Godfather, I think.
Well, absolutely, dude.
You're like, I'm an emergency contact.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That basically means like when that if something horrible happens and the kid dies, you get all his toys and shit.
Yeah.
That's sick.
We have
You get to pick
when we got the
all
like
right.
the
He's an executor.
we got the when I gave him the phone, like he was like, all right, I get you, mom, what's Anthony's number? And like immediately it was like,
Sick.
yeah.
I can just see him now, like when he gets married, Anthony's like giving him away to his wedding. Who gives Will away at his wedding? It's like, Ayo, I do.
No, I don't fuck with Will.
Yeah, he does, yeah. Will and Anthony don't fuck.
There's beef.
Damn, Beans is persona non grata,
Yeah,
dude.
no.
That's fucked up.
I
Anthony
don't
constantly fucks
I don't
with Will and
trust
picks
him.
fights with him.
I don't trust
Constantly.
I don't trust them.
Dude, you're a fucking bully,
trust
dude.
him.
You're a bully, dude.
Will's a lot, man. But yeah, he constantly picks at Will, and Will's like, "Oh, what the fuck's this guy's problem?"
What the fuck did I do?
It's just an ongoing bit that he can't let go of now, or it'll ruin the continuity.
Every time he walks in, he's just like flicks me on the forehead. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck, dude?
Sorry.
And that's why
Yeah.
he has a lifelong hatred of Italians. It's like, yo, I love everybody in the world.
Except Greeks and
The only
Italians.
people I hate,
Yeah. And
Italians,
gypsies.
Italians, and the
Eastern,
Poconos.
and
hate
Eastern blockers.
I hate Italians, the Poconos, and sports memorabilia. Those 3 things can burn in a goddamn fire.
No, I hate real. The whole time I was in Italy, I was like, I hate fucking real Italians. I hate them.
The real ones are even worse.
They're the worst.
True,
Yeah.
It's so fucking true.
because they smell. Too close to France, dude.
I don't care what anybody says. Way too close to France.
Too close to France, you get those hygiene habits, man.
Yeah.
Did I tell either of you guys about when I just met the
What-
Pickle King Xavier?
what was this?
I pointed at both of you at
That
the
was
same
sick,
time.
dude.
Yeah.
That was Mondo as hell, dude.
I met the Pickle King for the first time
Yo, I was
a couple weeks
fucking
ago
mad. I was mad when he said something. I was like, motherfucker.
Where'd you meet him?
at
Jiu-jitsu.
Titan.
Yeah.
You want to know what he said to me? He
I hope
wa-
he fucking choked you out, dude.
he could have. I was very tired that day. It was very easy. I was a mark.
Excuses?
I walked up to him. He dapped me up and he goes, "What's up, dead balls?"
And handing on pickles. He was like, heard you need that
How
re-up.
fucking funny would it be he just pulled it out of the gi. Just, yo.
We were in no-gi that night, but yeah, that would have been that would have
Oh,
been
literal Larry.
pretty good.
I just saw you fucking roll around with a guy. Where are you holding that fucking jar at?
and they were chilled.
It's like, don't
Yeah.
ask me a fucking
That
question.
jar is frosty.
Yep.
So you got a one with a sticker on it and everything?
I did. I do. It's in my fridge right now. I'm picking at it one pickle at a time.
I got exactly 4 pickles left.
I should have brought re-ups.
I even took my brine from the first batch and put some of my own cucumbers in it just to
Yeah.
give me something.
Oh, so you're bootlegging?
Yeah.
Yeah, bootlegging
You're
pickles.
bootleg pickles.
Just as he would have told me to do, probably.
Oh yeah, he wouldn't. Yeah, like cool.
What's
How'd it turn out for you?
What
bro-
stage does he get a green belt? We should make a big deal out of that. Is there
True.
a green
Out
belt?
of it, some schools do that. Yeah, some. So
I hadn't even heard of a jujitsu green belt.
so basically,
I took karate and we had a green belts.
I did too, but
some schools do a green belt.
is that between blue and purple?
No, It's basically a white belt. Oh. And they make you wear a green belt before your blue belt.
Oh, for us, it was right around blue belt.
Yeah.
They should bring that back.
Nah, it's cool.
Another, like, I don't know if it's jiu-jitsu does it, but red belt wasn't a thing in I did Kempo karate when I was a kid. There was no red belt.
You
There's
get
just
your
degrees of black in mine.
There wasn't for that too. It was like black with like
Lots of
red stripes. Like just like
Those are degrees,
across the
yeah.
board.
Jiu-jitsu does a red belt, but it's once you've been training like 60 years or
It's
something.
it's
Something
very
fucking
Blue
rare.
jacket,
Crazy.
gold jacket. Who gives?
Yeah, yeah,
Yay.
I thought it was coral.
Coral?
There's red and there's coral too.
yeah. That's
There's a
black
coral
and red.
belt.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yo, you
it's
guys
black
are
and red.
feminine as shit.
It's nice. It's nice.
It's like you could just
There's
call it.
kissing contests. It's awesome.
Hold
it's a lot.
feet.
It's a lot of fun.
It's like, all right, I learned everything. What I go? No, now we do tongue wrestling.
Yeah,
Like, no,
it's fucking cool as hell. But not with girls. I'm not
No.
doing that with a girl.
Gay.
How funny that'd be? It's like, oh, we got white belt, we got orange belt, we got yellow belt, and we also have houndstooth belt. Like,
I'd be like, fuck yeah, we do.
yeah, what belt did you just get? Oh,
Mauve.
I just got the taupe belt. Like,
I have a chartreuse belt myself.
God.
Really
dude.
dragging this thing out.
yeah. Any other colors we can think of?
Marigold.
Burnt sienna. Oh,
What was that review you were talking about?
Ooh.
Outside.
Keep chatting. I'll see if I can find
we were
it.
peeing, and he brought up. I guess it was a review related to his wonderful store, Parlay Philly, where you can get all your Philadelphia sports needs taken care of. And you can find them on Instagram at Parlay Philly. We will have the links in the description for this episode.
It's still parlay dot. No, it's parlay _ Philly now, isn't it?
No, it's parlay.phil.
Okay, it
Yeah.
is dot. Okay,
At least
Yeah.
till
That's
the
right.
Till the next time he gets hacked.
So, yeah, well,
Yeah.
you guys. You know?
Yeah. But, yeah.
Hey, if you're saying all these names, they're gonna start. They're gonna start
I
answering the
didn't say
call.
any names tonight.
Shirts, hats, whatever you need, go check it out.
I also gotta commend him on speaking of John Kruk, that John Kruk design with the oversized print. I was just talking to Kelsey about that. I was like, when is somebody gonna take advantage of that like collegiate oversized like back print type thing? And wouldn't you know it,
There
Ant
you
did it.
go.
And it's not just baseball.
And it's on the front.
He's got all Philadelphia sports. He also does has some wrestling stuff and
Wrestling.
golf.
Wrestling.
He had golf hats for a hot minute.
Yeah, got a
Yeah.
little bit of everything.
Yeah,
Whatever's going on.
He's kind
I
of
got
wearing
it.
one right now.
I kidded out my mom with fucking parlay shit, dude.
Hell yeah. Damn.
She rocks that shit when he watches every game.
I follow his eBay account personally because he has a lot of cool old shit on there.
So
eBay.
you're gonna see a bunch of my shit.
Found
on
it.
there.
Yeah.
All right, sorry.
Sure.
What do you got? All right, what set us
Well,
up?
no, yeah, Parlay. Thanks for the shout out, guys.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
We love you. You know that.
No, this was just something funny. There's this local strip club by us in the Poconos that like. So,
Yes.
Larry, we went there. The first time we ever went there was like a halfway house.
Yeah, I haven't been
Oh,
there.
Really
man.
quickly.
I know where it is.
Really quickly,
but I
it's
haven't
like
been there.
the Poconos is a great like vacation spot. Everybody knows about it. Everybody knows what it is. How bored do you have to be on vacation? You're like, kids suck, wife sucks. Is there any titty bars? In this
I think it's more. I think this one in particular is more like locals, Wilkes-Barre, Scranton.
Oh, okay,
Like
okay.
just like
Oh.
guys.
Yeah, I guess there is
down-
year-round people.
Is it called the
Yeah.
Electric City?
Well, it used to be called. It used to be
The
called.
electric titty.
Ah.
See what I did?
Nice.
All right.
I just lost it.
Oh shit!
But it used to be called Tattletales. Now it's Seventh
Ooh.
Heaven. But then it was.
Seventh Heaven's a pretty good one too.
I dare call it
It
titillating.
used to be called. Then the other one
That'd be a great strip club.
that we
name,
all
sorry.
Larry and I always talk about was called. Used to be called Planet Pocono, and now it's called Pleasure Dome.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what about
It's all
Planet,
girls in-
Planet Pocono
it's
and
all
Pleasure
girls in
Dome.
flannel shirts.
When you get tired of being in there, because it gets kind of depressing, right?
What?
As titty clubs do.
Next to the parking lot, there's this stream that runs through it that I dare you not to fall asleep next to.
Oh, is it that peaceful and cool?
Oh man.
There's a stream like behind
Dude,
the
I'm
strip
dead
club.
serious. I can't tell you how many times I've walked out of that place and gone, yeah, fuck it, I'm taking that nap. Like, and I go right next to the stream.
Now-
I'm not even drunk. I'm just like, this is
You're
just
just at
nice.
peace.
How many
This is nice.
How many strippers do you think nodded out face first into that fucking crick and just,
It just
fucking drowned?
went
on.
downstream?
Just
yeah.
went- just went
Just
on.
fish food. Yeah, a bunch.
Also, the depressing strip club with the flannel is in Stroudsburg. Not the Poconos.
Nah.
Stroudsburg. Do you like trains? Nah. Well, how about strippers?
We went out to I had a buddy of mine. He was older than all of us. I think it was his 30 or 35th birthday, and he was like, "I'm gonna go to Punxsutawney," because his birthday was Groundhog's Day. So we rented an RV and drove out there. But in the middle of the night, we realized there was a strip club called Mustang Sally's, R.I.P.
Indeed.
And we showed up at 1 a.m. an hour before it closed, and it was the funnest time. Like,
The stripper
it
served
was
us chicken wings.
so much fun. Like, just the girls talking. Like, it was just a good time. Like, everybody had it was a blast. Like,
She's
I
wearing
love
a
that.
thong, but she had a gun on it. That was pretty cool.
She was
They had
open carrying.
I'm dead serious. They had so it's BYOB, and you buy the cup to get in.
Okay.
Like, so you pay $20 for this plastic fucking
I
cup
see.
Right.
to get in,
I
and
see
you
the
can
game
drink
here.
anything you want out of it.
Anything.
So I'm sitting there. They had a Gallagher machine, and I was like, I'm gonna play the fucking shit out of this Gallagher machine. And the girl walks up and she goes, "What are you drinking?" I went, "Don't touch that. Don't. That's not for you." She was like, "What is it?" And I was like, "It's root beer." And she was like,
That's Larry's autism.
she was like, "I bet you it is." And I was like, "It's root beer, and I don't want you to touch it." I was like, "That's mine." And I just went back to playing
He
Gallagher.
covers it.
Yeah, I was like,
It's like,
"That's
look-
not for you."
Look, bitch, that's not Barks. That's Pennsylvania Dutch birch.
Yeah. My buddy,
I just had some burgers.
before we left, he was like, "You want a beer?" And I was like, "Nah, I'm good, man. I worked all day." It was a Friday night. I was like, "I worked all day." He was like,
I was drinking at work.
He was like, "You'll be drunk before we hit the turnpike." And I went, "I won't have a drop of alcohol this entire
Challenge
fucking
accepted.
yeah. Fuck you. I won't take a drop of alcohol this entire trip."
One thing you don't
So
want
I
to do.
stopped and got root beer, and I just fucking housed root beer.
Yo, spite sobriety is sick.
One thing you don't want to do is challenge Larry out of spite.
Now,
It was awesome.
set us up. Okay, so you were in
I'm
the
sorry. Yeah, I'm
Poconos,
sorry, Aunt. Go ahead.
And there
Oh.
was a titty club, and you got a review for the titty club.
Yeah, well, this was so we have gone to Pleasure Dome a couple times. Great establishment.
Is there an actual dome?
No, but
No.
there's one bouncer that wears like BMX gloves just to beat people up.
He may have gripped me up once.
Yo, people who wear gloves love to grip people
So
up.
it's gentle if you had gloves on.
But this is the one. This is near my house, more in the woods. And like one time we went there. Like I'm talking when I was like 19, 20, and like the girls like nodded off on the stage, and we had to like bang on the fucking stage to wake them up. But this is,
Damn.
Tiffany!
so this was this kid wrote this
Classic
review.
Tiff.
My buddy was up there. Shout out Sweatpants Paul who sent me this.
Shout out Paul
He was
Campana.
looking up local establishments. Seventh heaven, more like seventh layer of hell. So I go on a Thursday night, no cover. Okay, cool. 3 girls, and I think one was a tranny. Okay, cool. I asked her, she, for a dance, and her response was, "Sorry, I'm wearing Crocs." Opposed to
Fuck,
platform
yes.
heels, which should have been much sturdier. So I dove in and sat down. One stripper to the right refused to make eye contact or acknowledge that I was there. The girl comes off stage and says, "Hey, where's my tip money?" So I tip her. So being the only guy there, you would think 3 strippers would sit next to me, engage in conversation. No such thing. They just played on their phones. One girl, and I liked, and I got acknowledged my existence. She actually asked my name, and I kid you not, touched me on the holder. Being a
The
that's
who?
that's what he called it. Touched me on the holder. All one word.
A holder.
A holder. Like shoulder?
I
no,
imagine it was
Oh, it's
shoulder.
a typo.
no, touched me on the holder. No, because there's no U.
Yeah. I'm still saying shoulder.
A holder.
A-hole?
No, it's just A-H-O-L-D.
touched me on the-
Wait, so she touched me on
I
the
took mine
holder.
off too.
Yeah, I'm gonna mix up Crocs over here. Jeez.
Being a
Good thing I
virgin.
got gibbets. Good thing I got gibbets on mine.
Being a virgin, I was immediately astonished. I got a dance, and she was the best ever. Hence the 1 star for her only. 'Twas the night I became a man, and proudly walked
that.
out knowing a girl hugged me and put her chest on my face. Next time I'll go to an all-nude club, as this one wasn't having any clothes taken off while on stage.
Were there any commas or periods in that review?
No,
I didn't think so.
No capital letters, nothing. It's like a text message from me.
There's missing letters.
He's allergic to the shift key.
It's like a text message from me.
Yes.
So wait. So this place there's no nudity?
I don't know about that. I mean, I haven't been since the rebrand.
Every girl had a North
I mean,
Face.
it was a halfway house when I was there.
You can't fuck with a classic.
Every girl had a North Face puffer vest on.
I mean, they went Tattletales to Seventh Heaven. It might be a little classier now.
could you imagine being one of 3 strippers in a town? It's probably such a sick gig to get, dude. That's
Sounds awesome.
Jesus Christ.
You got the market cornered.
Someone should like seriously make like a blog or something like that. Like just compiles reviews from strip clubs. It'd probably be the funniest shit in the entire world. What, are you fucking gonna start one? You writing it down? I was at Delilah's Den.
I was at Cheerleaders.
What was the first strip club you ever went to?
I haven't been to one.
What's the place in Jersey we went to? We were 18.
Never been.
Over the bridge.
Ever.
It's closed now. Yeah, it's closed now.
They were the ones that I think like Big J was talking about on Our
What,
Year of
Delilah's
Garbage,
Den?
right? Is that the one right in Jersey?
It
That
was
must
when
be
you
it.
crossed the...
Delilah's still exists.
Yeah, it was when you crossed the Ben Franklin before
No,
they
it's not
cleaned
Delilah's.
everything up.
That's in the city.
There was a bunch of strip clubs there, and we went. The first time I went to a strip club was like me, you, Danny, Dave was there.
Oh, I got a great picture of me and Nathan Gray with a stripper. I should. bring
Was he
that to
asking where
one,
her
yeah.
penis was? Or if she had any coke?
That was
Joey Broderick, probably. His
maybe.
remember Joey?
Yeah, but I remember because they were like, "Oh, we're gonna do the shower show."
Yeah.
So we were like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, we'll pay extra for the shower show."
Why
and
not?
then they were like, "Who wants to come up here?" And we were like, "Ed."
Oh yeah.
And you were like, soaping her up. And then Danny went, "That's the first titty ever touched." and then everybody started laughing, including the girls.
That's
It was
sick.
pretty awesome.
rock hard too. Not me. The tits. They were like,
Yeah.
like the
cheap implants.
that are like.
It was awesome.
The first titty club I went to was Show and Tell, and I had a pussy pop. You know,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'd never bought
a
one.
Tootsie Pop in there. I didn't buy it either. She just put it in my mouth. And the people I went with wouldn't talk to me the rest of the time. And I didn't understand why. And then they're like, you got to think about like what that Tootsie Pop went into. And I was like, I still don't give a fuck. But this is a fun story. This is back when like Gold Club still existed in Fantasia's in Delaware, which is a Delaware strip club, but it was pasties and thongs. My buddy Joe Ruff he just turned like 21, so he didn't drink. So we took him out to the titty club for the first time. We got him a lap dance, and he came in his pants. Right. So
Sure,
we're like,
good for
do you
him.
want to go home so you can change? He's like, no, I want to hang the fuck out. We're like, all right, whatever. Right.
Fuck yeah.
So me and this dude John, who both worked the door at this place, right? Him, and I think my buddy Kevin, all kept buying him dance after dance after dance, and each time it was like, ignore anything the wet on there because he came in his pants the first dance he had tonight, and we just kept buying him dance after dance after dance. I spent $180.
How much were dances?
I don't remember, but this was
$20?
early 2000s. We just kept buying them and buying them and buying them. And he was like, okay. And just kept going back in. And I remember one of the last ones we got him, like John ended up paying for it. And he was like, all right, Joe, we got you in there with her. He's like, once more into the breach. And we're just like, and as soon as he said that, all of us were just like stone faced him. He was just like, and even like the girl was like, what? Why does everybody stop laughing? And we're like, just take him out. Just get out of here.
Get him out of
And
here.
then we stopped buying him dances the rest of the night because of that. God. Yeah. Now he's a proud boy. Jesus.
I mean, I would have become one too after that.
Yeah. But dude, it was fucking funny.
After a bomb like
But like,
that.
Wait, is he really? Is that really a thing?
Yeah.
That's still a thing.
he's definitely a proud boy now. Yeah.
I didn't know that was still around.
But he got banned from a bunch of bars in Wilmington because of his proud boyness.
Huh.
But he like if someone got you a lap dance and the first time you've been to the titty club and you came in your pants, would you tell everybody?
I wouldn't tell a soul.
I would, but that's just because I'm fucking
I probably would.
Wait, what's the scenario? Like, he's with all his buddies?
yeah.
Yeah, if I was there on like my 18th birthday, of course I'd be like,
Oh,
juice
yeah.
my
Yeah.
pants.
And like we didn't make fun of her or nothing. We're like, oh, you came in your pants? He's like, yeah, dude, it was fucking sick. We're like,
Well, that's the right attitude. to
another.
have.
Yeah,
That's
see, if we
it.
see if we can get another nut out of them. Let's
That's
go.
Let's make some soup.
And this was when the club first opened. And there was like a bunch of strippers there. We got them like 12 different girls in one night.
That's awesome.
It was, yeah.
It's a good night.
But sadly, it wasn't enough.
But you were supporting racism too,
Yeah.
so
like, it's like, dude, like
Life finds a way.
the minute you got old enough to go to a titty club and you got all these lap dances and you still became that, like,
yeah.
so, like you just showed me and all the other guys that paid for you to get a dance that night that our money means nothing to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you would have came more, maybe you wouldn't have been so fucking upset.
Got that poison out.
Yeah.
Yes, get
Dude,
the
it was
person
fucking great.
out.
Well, the kind of dudes that come in their pants at strip clubs are the kind of dudes that like
Well, yeah.
become Proud Boys or like fake gangster,
Drive.
same sort of dude.
I seriously think though, like I was always like 1 second away from becoming that though.
A Proud
Drive
Boy?
Chargers.
I always like dodged that bullet by the smallest hair.
A Proud Boy?
Or even like just like an incel weirdo type of guy like that would become one of those. I always just narrowly missed that margin. If certain things had gone wrong, I would have probably ended up in something like that or worse.
Dark.
Yeah. It's like, Jesus Christ. Thank God fat girls exist so I could have sex with them. And I ended up becoming that. Like, God damn it.
And I don't follow Reddit threads.
Yeah.
Oy.
But that's only because I don't really know how to properly use the internet still to this day. So,
Well, you haven't
Yeah.
tried, so.
I mean, I was on 4chan a lot, so surprised I don't. fucking
I'd argue
believe
that's
there's
more
that.
difficult to navigate than
Yeah.
fucking Reddit.
You were friends with that little dude from the doc, right?
What, dude?
You know that little tiny dude from the 4chan doc? I don't want to do the hand motion. I
forgot
That's
about
Dennis's
that.
boy, dude.
I forgot about
All about that documentary.
It just hit. I was
That's
like,
your
God
boy,
damn it, dude.
That's your boy.
I was,
To push them all around,
well,
wipe them and shit.
like the dude Joe that became a Proud Boy is like, he was the guy that hung out with us all the time. Like he was always around. So it was like, what? And like he grew up in like the same like circumstances as the rest of us. Is like
He's gay.
all of us,
Alright.
all of us missed it, but he got in there.
Yeah.
Yo, before we get into homework,
What?
you want to? Can we do that? Our friends do cool shit for Mr. Adam. I sent you the screenshots. I don't have it in front of me.
Oh, it's
It's a show, the 27th or 8th, I think.
is it that Bone Weapon show?
Yes.
Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, there is.
Nailed it. Fuck. This is gonna be dead space as the mofo.
Let's talk about Joe Ruff. Joe Ruff, if you're listening,
Joseph Casimir Ruff.
let's get Dennis in for an evaluation. He's getting close. Like one of those Scientology
Dude.
ones.
Such a fucking
An audit.
You know what?
he was always kind of like a conservative leaning guy, but he was still like a fun hang.
You should totally stop looking for it and
No,
talk
I
about
found
Joe
it.
some more.
No, I found it.
No, let's do everything you want to do.
And then just like, I think like around COVID, he became weaponized. And he had like a
Galvanized.
dude. He was part of this crew of dudes that hung out at that bar in Wilmington, Catherine Rooney's, and they were like a London football club.
Ew.
Great food.
It is.
It's not bad. Great brunch.
That's why
But,
it's still there.
But they had this. It was
Their JMO sauce.
yeah,
Holy
dude.
sugar.
It was.
I want to go there.
They had like a London football club, and it was like a soccer club in Wilmington of like London football. Our good buddy Bill Durant.
What
was part
team
of
did they follow?
London? LFC.
Liverpool, maybe.
Okay, maybe Liverpool.
Red jerseys.
Whatever.
Red and yellow.
Yeah, Liverpool.
Yeah, but they actually kicked him out because of the shit he was saying was so out of pocket. They're like, dude,
Even the hooligans couldn't handle him?
Soccer fans were like, yo, dude, you're so next, get out. And like he got banned from all these places, then just went further and further.
If they were really from Liverpool, though, they'd be about it.
Did you read that book, Among the Thugs?
Yeah, with the Man U guy.
Yeah. Did you guys read that? It's
No.
about.
I
don't know
It's
what you're
good.
talking about.
It's cool.
You have it?
Yeah. I'll
Next
bring
time you
it.
come through,
Yeah.
let me borrow it.
Wait, no. I had an extra copy and I gave one to someone.
Not me.
Fuck that other person.
Yeah. No, I'm saying if
It's
it was
good.
him, I was gonna say give it to
Yeah, and that's good. It's cool. It's basically a journalist following
Journos.
I got another one.
Yes.
It's
pretty good.
The dude from one of those UK oi bands, like from back in the day.
Just one of them.
Yeah, it's like forget which band it is, but I haven't started it yet.
When does this come out?
The 25th.
Okay. September 27th, which is in 2 days from
Friday.
now, at Bonk's Bar.
That's
on
right. It's a Death Sculpted show. That's right.
2804 East Tioga Street in Philly. Hematoid, great band, great young death metal band. Nuclear Tomb, Bone Weapon, Caesarean, and Cavern Womb. That is at Bonk's Bar on September 27th.
Bonk's till close.
At 7 p.m. Fun little club, 21 up, $15. I don't know much about most of the openers, but Hematoid fucking rips. Great bunch of guys. Go check that out. My buddy Adam is running sound there. Shout out to Adam Siakowski. You silly little guy. So, do you have anything else to add to our Friends Do Cool Shit?
Yacht Crashers have a new single out. Go check it out.
Do you know what their Instagram @ is?
Yacht Crashers.
Is that Yacht Crasher?
Yacht Crashers.
Shockingly, there's not like a lot of Yacht Crashers. Yeah.
If you like punk rock and roll, I think you'll like them.
And guys named Kenny.
And Kenny's the best, man.
The Stabs at Joy demo is still
Yeah,
out there.
don't, whatever. Dude, do what you're going to do with it.
They've been
It's
a band
fine.
for like 4 years, still haven't played live yet.
No, we're never going to. Hopefully, I got my fingers crossed that we're not going to.
That's such a good move. Never play.
We're going to record again soon, but I got.
That's so cool.
Yeah. I hope to God we never play live.
While we're here, Ant, what do you got to plug? Anything good?
No, you guys. I took like 20 minutes to find that review. You
It was
guys
worth
plugged
it.
Just follow the site.
Yeah.
Parlay.Philly.
Yeah.
I'll have some events around
Yeah.
when this comes out, I'm sure.
He's got a bunch of pop-ups coming.
Yeah.
Also,
That have already
Fall
happened.
stuff.
Yeah.
You get stuff coming in the fall.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Cooking.
great
Lots of stuff
turnaround on
cooking.
his shit, too. You fucking order it, it's there in a couple days.
Oh, it's almost the next day.
Yeah.
Get
What
it.
I do.
A nice
What-
personalized scribble on it sometimes.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Loses
I love
days
it.
of the week, but doesn't lose
Yeah.
shipments.
Hey,
My-
he's got priorities.
My mom's like, who's Roy? I'm like,
My friend.
Yeah.
This guy.
this ding-dong.
Let's get into homework.
Can we do one more piece
Yeah, go on.
before?
Like chilling in the pool, and I was saying like I love that Larry is like you look over, he's like fuck, Larry's miserable, he's having a horrible time, and then he's like the next morning, he'd be like, dude, it was fucking great. You know, so it's like
It's true.
You know, I end up like that. I have the worst look on my face, but I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, before I forget about our friends doing cool shit, let's talk about Pickles Premium Pickles. Get brined.
Idiot.
You like a fucking fat mason jar full of delicious pickles made by a young entrepreneur.
We do spears and we do the slices. They're
I'm a
mix
big
and
fan of the
match.
slices.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we mix and match.
God damn it.
It's good. It's a good move.
I'm a slice guy myself.
I ain't gonna lie, ever since that first jar, the first thing I did, I reached in, I ate a pickle first. And the second thing, it was just pretty much just a clove of garlic that was in
Pop that bitch
the
in.
jar. I ate that thing. At first, it was really overpowering. I was like, you know what? This is secretly pretty fucking
Still
delicious.
pretty good.
So,
Very good for you.
At Pickles Premium Pickles on Instagram. Give them a follow.
Yes.
Support young men doing their fucking own business. Delicious.
And we don't
product.
charge for stuff.
Yeah.
I pay for it. You get to eat it.
Yeah. He
So
buys the cukes. You get to eat the pickles.
People haven't cracked good business yet. I think you
Yeah.
did.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
you did it.
We don't
over
pay
with.
for it. So if you want one, just hit us up and we'll get you some.
Yeah.
We'll put them in your hands.
We'll make it
Yeah.
work.
You know what? Fucking cover them for shipping and just get
No,
some-
and even that,
No,
we'll just
no.
try. We'll
We'll
typically-
find you.
Yeah, we'll find you.
Shut up, dude. Because if I say, yo, cover them from, and then you say, oh, no worry, free shipping, it makes you look even better.
Oh, okay, yeah,
You know what I
free
mean?
shipping. We
Trying to make
don't-
you look like an altruist or whatever that word is.
That's not the word, but yeah.
Every week, I know, I'm an idiot. Did I mention 5 years in high school? Every week.
No, never.
Every week, we assign each other a piece of music and a piece of comedy or a variation of that, and then we report back for us to listen to and report back on the following week. And we also ask that our guests contribute as well. Last week, we had Tyler Sharman from the band Scrutinize and John from Harbor Discussions. Please make sure you go check out Harbor Discussions at Harbor Discussions on most socials and at Scrutinize HC on most socials. Harbor Discussions has a bunch of great videos of Baltimore area shows, punk, hardcore, noise, all kinds of cool shit. Go check that out and support those guys. Also support us at patreon.com/IRRANDILL. $30 a month, bonus episode a week, a bunch of other cool shit. So last week we had Sharm and John from Harbor Discussions on, and let's get into what they brought to the table. Tom, would you start, please?
Yeah, I'll start with John's because it was shorter.
Yeah.
The first thing he assigned us was the band Lie, and the record is called LRHC.
Yeah.
Latinos Run Hardcore is what it stands for. I wrote OS radio station intro combined with record scratches. Nice. Something about the simplicity of a language barrier makes heavy hardcore so much more enjoyable. Somehow, I don't know why, but it makes hard shit like harder. Scarface sample. Me, I don't have the problem. I always tell the truth, even when I lie. I love that quote. And in the song Live to Die, I heard a motocross metal guitar break, and I gave it a standing ovation. And it
What's
sounds...
a motocross guitar break?
I can't explain it.
I just
Like, motocross metal, like, I can't explain it, but you know it when you hear it.
All right,
It's like
fair
pornography.
Fair enough.
And it sounds very authentic, as in, like, it's original. It's like, it sounds old, but it's not trying to be. And it's just funny because it's a brand new record. But it's really good. I gave it a 5.5, though.
I wrote, well, didn't see that coming. If this was made in the early 2000s, there would be so many soft A's in this. 3 out of 10. What do you want me to say? Yeah.
You
Like,
said it.
literally, it started, and I went,
Well,
whoa,
they
didn't
said it.
see that coming. Like, wow, all right. This is where we are. But I don't listen. Yeah, I'm good. It's cool.
Ain't you listened or?
No, I have stuff for just your twos, Tom's
fair
and
enough.
Dennis's.
Good enough.
Lie, LRHC, Cold World, but in Espanol, the scratches are super fucking distracting. This record wouldn't know its transition if it tripped over it. Like, it's just part stops, next part begins. There's no bridge or anything like that. The riffs aren't too bad. I mean, it's pretty decent riffs, but the songs are put together poorly.
Yeah.
Maybe the next one will be tighter. Also, is it just me or the vocals sound like they were recorded first? The vocals are really distinct and clear in the recording, but the music is kind of like completely drowned out by the vocals in it.
But I mean,
They
if
might
you're
just be
into this
mixed
type
poorly.
but also, like, if you're into this type of music,
Yeah.
like, it's the vocals you want, so maybe they just put it up top.
I gave it a 5.
Yeah, 5.5.
It's not awful, but it's just not for me. And
It's,
also, I'm tired of get a cooler band name.
What is the name again?
Yeah,
Lie.
lie.
L-I-E?
Yes.
I think the last time I was on, I went on about one named band,
Oh, it's
one word
fucking
band
awful.
names. I'm out.
I'm with you.
Or just like really short?
Yeah,
Or just
like,
any
yeah,
one word.
Just
yeah,
like distinct, like
yeah.
like one. Or like,
Gel Circus. Like,
Yeah.
what was the other one? Spy. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just I don't think it. Do better.
It's like as much as I don't like the band, there's that band MS Paint. At least that name sticks out, and you're gonna
does.
remember. You're like, yo, there's a fucking band called MS Paint. Well, they sound like I don't know, but there's a band called MS.
Yeah,
Paint.
like,
Yeah.
Isn't there, like there's that band Woodstock 99. That's
Huh.
Yeah.
yeah. It's like,
yeah.
oh yeah, no,
That's
okay.
memorable.
Yeah.
You'll remember that forever. But yeah, like what's it? Lie or like come on, man.
You know that Lie band?
Like
What did I just say?
LYE, like that shit
Or
that dissolves their body.
LAI, like My Lai,
Or
like the place in
End,
Vietnam where that
End,
massacre
all the different
happened.
ends.
End sucks.
Or that-
That's a bad name.
Or that chemical that like dissolves dead bodies and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
End is like a fine band, but that is one of the worst names I've ever heard.
See, that's where I disagree with you. End is a fucking terrible band and a terrible band name.
No, I like.
No, you don't.
Yeah. Okay.
I've heard a song.
I don't.
As a matter of fact, yeah.
I do. I
well,
do like that band.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, speaking of just stuff that he assigned, I'll say the next one was the band Abject Misery. The record was called Hell Reality.
Not how I had that written, but okay.
I said, sorry, John. And then 2 deathcore for me. Not enough death or core, 0 out of 10.
I wrote
For you to give a 0 out of 10, that shit.
I wrote
Not very good.
the Abject Reality dash Hell Misery. Got that one way backwards.
Yeah.
I wrote riff, vocals kick in, I'm out. The one song he says, before I cave in your skull with a fucking fire extinguisher.
Nice.
And I thought, that's very specific. I think he means it. 3 out of 10. Yeah, no, the lyrics were
How
before.
did you have to have the lyrics scrolling?
I don't know. Like
No,
I
you
was,
got
I,
it.
It was
I was
distinct.
like, "Yo, did he just say that?" And I rewound, and I went, "Yo, that's very specific.
Yeah.
He means that.
That's-
like
it was so
he
specific.
once threatened somebody with that, or did that.
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying. It's so specific. Like, oh, someone should like find out where they're from and see if there's any cold
This
cases.
this
Yeah.
isn't a threat. This is
Yeah,
a reference.
That happened.
Yo, detective in this town. Is there any cold cases where someone got brained with a fire extinguisher? I know
Yeah.
it is.
Well,
It's the dude from Abject Reality.
hell misery.
Yeah, whatever. You know what I said.
Yeah.
Whatever. Abject misery, hell reality. It sounds like Zabalba if they knew how to get to the point. It's a mix of beatdown and death metal. It's all right. It's just kind of average. It's hit or miss. It's you can't. It's immemorable. Like, is immemorable a word?
It is.
Unmemorable?
Unmemorable?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm
I think
I'm
it
saying words too,
might be
so I
im.
don't.
Yeah. 4.
I also don't care.
4. 4.
That's crazy high.
Like it was quick, so I got through it. But I was just like, if you ask me, like, all right, now what does it sound like? I don't know. I just remember the fire extinguisher part.
Yeah, dude. I went.
Yeah.
Whew.
I was like,
All
Jesus.
right.
Oh fuck, dude.
Let's get into Charms, I guess.
Yep. Go for it.
Okay. Do you want to start with comedy? Because it's only one thing.
Let's do. Do you want to do music first, then go to comedy, and piggyback?
So the opposite of what I said.
do whatever. Hey, you're the belle of the ball. You pick what we do next. Go nuts.
I'll start with music. I'll start with Heavenward, Pyrophonics. Let's see. I heard about Teenage Wrist from the 2015 EP Dazed. This album's cover is even very similar in the look as well as the sound. Couple tracks, Supernova bops, Choke is a good song, but we have Teenage Wrist at home. 5 out of 10.
I always thought Teenage Wrist was such a great band name.
I don't
it's-
mind it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
such a good band name.
Good band name.
For this, I wrote Tangerine, same chords as Black Crowes, She Talks to Angels, the chorus part.
That song rules though.
The rap part in Planned Human Combustion was corny. Last
Didn't
song,
see it coming at all.
Yeah, last song, first line, can I drink acid rain? Nah, dude, you can't. He kind of sounds like Seal from Kiss from a Rose in the one part.
Another one that bops.
Good recording, good songwriting, but I'll never think about this again. I get why people dig this. I'm sure if I heard this instead of bands that it's aping first, I'd love it too. But unfortunately, I heard Far, Deftones, and Hum first. 5 out of 10. Like, it's not bad. Like, it's the
not
type of
bad.
thing. It's the type of thing where it's like, I get why younger people were like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
But like all the bands it's ripping off them.
Yeah.
I was around when, so it's like, it's not awesome to me.
Teenage
Like-
Wrist does Teenage Wrist better than the other guy.
And it's such a good band name.
It is. Heavenward, Pyrophonics. I did know about Teenage Wrist just because on the way to Cancer Priest practices, that's something Rich would play constantly.
I assigned him to you before too.
Yeah. I just read it reminds me of a more dreamy and atmospheric version of Far, who Larry just brought up. And then I just wrote Sensitive Charm is my new favorite character. yeah. This is a kid that's in is in beatdown bands and like thuggish hardcore. So him to recommend this, I was like, okay, that's weird. But yeah, I was like, is Sensitive Charm's my new favorite character because this and the Summer Set Throw record are pretty fucking good. I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Wow.
I enjoyed it a lot. I liked it.
Get a Somerset thrower then?
Yeah.
I'll get to it. I'll get right into Somerset Thrower actually. Paint My Memory is what the record is called.
I have it written down as Pint My Memory.
Nice.
I like that more somehow.
Yeah.
I didn't care for that first song, but it's giving Texas Is the Reason, but with an annoying singer.
No.
Eh.
Not that the voice,
Disagree. No.
not that the voice is bad. It just doesn't fit the music in a way that I like. I kind of want to spend more time with it because I didn't get a good grade on it, like 5.5, 6.
Yeah.
I wrote this. The Skadoosh tried to put me onto this when it came out. He plays guitar in Yacht Crashers. It was fine then. It's still fine now. Long Island melodic hardcore sound with clean poppy vocals. But this time, they do it a little differently with a bratty faux English accent instead.
Yeah.
4.5 minute opening track, Grow Up. 5 out of 10.
He's so surly.
Dude, 4.5 minutes opening track? Get the
It
fuck
dragged,
out of here.
dude. That's why I specifically wrote that I didn't care for it. It fucking dragged its ass.
Like, this is fine. It's classic Long Island hardcore. Melodic hardcore. It is. It's fine. But,
I wouldn't-
4.5 minutes? Fuck you.
that should be 3 songs.
Somerset Thrower paint my memory. You remember that point in time when Revelation Records got all pussy and we were like, gay, but secretly we were like, yo, fucking tight. Remember how we would deny to our friends that the J Tree catalog was roller skates as hell? Well, secretly loving the Promise Ring. It's awesome to know that people are still making that style of music, and I'm here for it. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a really good record. I enjoyed it quite thoroughly.
All right.
If this came out in the 90s, this is the shit we're like, yo, I don't like that shit. That shit's fucking corny.
I don't think it sounded like Texas, like you said, but
I just gave
got-
it. It gave me Texas.
If that came out on like Rev or Crisis in like 1999 or 2000, I'd have been like, oh yeah, that fits.
yeah, but I'm 43 now, so
Yeah.
like I'm not buying. You know, like it's not yeah.
Why don't you take one of those? Why don't you take one of those there, Ant?
What?
One of Jim's many wares that he left for
Oh,
us.
he's got wares, dude.
You know, that boy be making some graphics.
Twitchy little freak.
He's the man.
He's a good boy.
He's cool. Well, let's get into his
Hey, shout out to Grim. Following him at I think it's at Grim 215.
215. Yeah.
At on Instagram. Great design work. Great guy. Go ahead, Tom.
Prolific as all hell too.
Yes.
He also assigned us a third record, and that is Resurrection's Embalmed Existence. I said, not a criticism, but it's okay. Paint by numbers death metal. It doesn't really stick out amongst other bands like it to me. The samples were kind of cool. I determined I need to see or hear more of this band to determine if this makes me like them or not. The production on the record actually makes it sound a lot like Suffocation without the heaviness or the balls, if you will. And it's good. It's good, not great. I also gave that a 5.
Harold.
Machine gun double bass, cool leads and solos, solid riffs. Prefer these type of vocals over Toilet Bowl and Cookie Monster vocals. This is what I imagine people think when you say, I listen to metal. When you're like, I listen to metal, it's this band that they go,
Yep.
this is the type of music. Samples were good, classic Florida death metal. It's a ripper, 7 out of 10. And I don't like this type, like, this
You
was
don't like metal.
this was fucking awesome.
Wow.
Like, for what it was. Like, this was really awesome. I was surprised. The samples made it. It was
Talk about
fucking
the
cool.
Agree.
intros, but like the talking part.
Yeah, it was fucking cool.
Here's the fun part. Those aren't samples.
Oh, it's just a dude.
That's the singer of the band.
That's awesome. That's even better.
When's that from?
90,
Recently.
Like 94.
Is it?
93 or 94.
But
Yeah, 'cause
is
I
that
looked it
band
up.
the reason why the other Resurrection had to spell their name wrong?
Maybe?
I always found that
Could have
weird.
been.
Not a
Yeah, I always
Well,
got-
that's what I thought it was and then I was like, I don't remember them putting out this record.
I went
and
into
then-
this record. I never knew the band's name before. I just looked up the record and listened to it. I had no idea how old it was.
There was another Resurrection that didn't have like the CT. It was just the C, like the Spanish spelling. That was, I think it was like a faster band.
Rexion?
Resurrection, like that. It was like a Spanish band. I forget. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Resurrection and Embalmed Existence. Some dude from the old Justice League cartoon intros every fucking song on the record. Fucking A, dude. 8.5 out of 10. I fucking loved it. It was just, I loved it.
Yeah,
was,
like I said, I don't listen to but this was fucking awesome.
like, it's not like the greatest thing you'll ever hear in your life, and it's nothing new that you've never heard before. But it was just a good record through and through, entertaining as all fuck. And it was just heavy, fast, and I enjoyed the shit out of it. Yeah, but the whole like, the days.
So good.
It's a dude from the band.
That's great.
That fucking makes
It's like when you walk through a haunted house. It's like, what are you doing in here?
Mrs. Jenkins died at 45 and has been in that room ever since. You're like, oh shit. Jenkins is crazy.
I didn't realize this was the fucking we're in Disney and the fucking.
Oh my god, I always heard about Mrs. Jenkins. Yeah. So that's what everybody brought to the table. You want to get into what I brought you?
Didn't he bring comedy?
He brought comedy too.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
My bad. I apologize.
Remember your idea that didn't?
I apologize.
He assigned us a comedy record by one of our favorites,
Yes.
Mike Racine. And it's not. He called it Union something else, but it's called Union Delegate.
Yeah. He called it Union Leader.
That's it. I've never even heard him plug this before.
Yeah.
From 2015. Aside from the black woman Uber confrontation service, I did not find much of this material very funny. I found it very mid. You can hear that he was only a few years into comedy at this time. There's a moment, though, when he got serious and brought up his brother was severely mentally challenged, autism, and it was dead silent and somebody coughed. And Racine goes, all right, can we edit that out? What is that, whooping cough? I couldn't believe how many Billy Mays commercials he rattled off. And I heard him work out that best worst pedophile bit on Roundtable before. I gave it a 3.
I wrote, this guy's
Didn't
not.
find it very funny.
Yeah, I wrote, this guy's not likable at all. I
No.
don't like him. Jessica being the second to last bit about Jessica and being the funny dad was the only thing I laughed at. 50-minute special, I laughed
I
once.
thought you liked him.
No, I fucking hate Mike Racine.
He's
I
definitely
do-
dislikable.
Do
He
not
seems
like him.
He's always an asshole.
Yeah, it's a 0 out of 10 for me.
It's the
I don't
autism.
care for. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, but that's also like a bit too. Like the whole. That's like a new thing. That was.
It-
I'm fucking autistic. And
Oh,
it's like,
sorry. Maybe you're just a fucking asshole with no social skills at all, and you don't care.
me or
No. These
yeah.
Answer? Yes.
these that bit is. I'm sick of it all.
Yeah, I don't care for this guy.
It's a bit of a crutch.
Mike Racine, the album's Union Delegate. It's 2064. We can blow dogs now. Part of me was destroyed by a fat contractor. Jessica's dad is a weird guy. He'll wear a Looney Tunes jacket to a parent-teacher conference. 9 out of 10. I fucking loved it.
Dude, the Jessica dad's or Jessica's the funny dad thing. I laughed at because
Yeah.
it was the way he kept being
Yes.
like.
He kept going and going.
It kept
going.
going.
And maybe she says this. I'm like, oh, she's the one that takes shits out her hat. Like,
Yeah.
like just the way he. I was
Yeah.
like, all right,
But
this is
Jessica's
kind of.
got a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I laughed, but literally the rest of it, I was like, I've heard all this before, and I don't think it's funny.
I enjoyed the shit out of it. I like him. I think
You are not gonna like my Out for Smokes.
That's fine.
Neither.
That's fine. You know,
Can we,
honestly,
you guys want to do that?
honestly,
or?
he's the highlight of that podcast for me. So I can understand.
We'll go right into it then.
Yeah,
Out for
please.
Smokes,
Go
episode
nuts.
239.
Go into what I brought for you.
Can I? You want me to
Oh,
start?
you want limit it to an episode?
Well, what you said
Who else
was
on it besides him.
Two
It's
other
him,
dudes.
Sean P. McCarthy, and Scott Chaplin.
when you
Scott Chaplin's insufferable.
when you assigned this, you said find an episode of just them.
Just the 3 of them, yeah.
And
No
I
gaps.
did. I found episode number 239.
Okay,
It's the
okay.
most recent one
That's fine.
with just them.
That's fine.
I wrote, why was this assigned? 15 minutes in and haven't laughed once. 30 minutes in, again, what made you assign this? Like, what made you say, man, this is good. You guys got to hear this. I listened to this whole episode. I'm glad I never have to listen to this podcast again. This wasn't good. Like, what? Like, seriously, what about this are you
I
like,
don't know
this
100%
is good?
what episode you're talking about.
What's the number?
239.
No, what's your grade?
Oh,
like,
not like,
zero?
Nah.
Like, I don't
It's
know
a
how to
fucking
compare
nah.
I don't know how to compare it to which episode it was. I listen to it weekly, though. So.
I'll get into my review too. I said I'm 35 minutes in, and this is one of the most boring pods I've ever heard. But the very
Took
point,
his headphones off. He's fucking
He's gonna
out.
the very poignant point about Racine watching an episode of Malcolm in the Middle and being like, "Now this is what television should be," was so correct. Then the second half of the episode was kind of interesting, to be honest.
Leave that door.
I honestly maybe there's no bugs yet, right? I would honestly keep listening to just those 3. It's like I thought the rest of it was like fine, 6.5.
No, like it wasn't even anything that I was like, oh, they're talking about something interesting that I've never heard about before, and when they were about to, it was so convoluted. I had no fucking idea what they were talking about. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just
Maybe
wasn't for
after,
me.
yeah, maybe after 240 podcasts, they would get better at that. But
Yeah.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah, Tony don't do podcasts. I saw that on the recommendations, and I didn't even like. I did do your stuff, but I'm like, not.
Cackling from outside.
I'm not doing podcast recommendations. I got my stuff. That's good. My friend sends me. You should see the stuff. Pig sends me like scientist podcasts all the time. I will never listen.
It's so good.
Nah.
So
Podcasts like your own thing. You know, someone
So,
knows what you're kind of into.
hold on. So when you drive to the Poconos and you have that long drive, you won't even do that?
No, I don't do podcast recommendations.
Oh my god.
I just listen to what I listen to.
Tony, don't do
But I'm not going to do it for like
That's in the
homework.
run-
'Cause I'll gladly listen to music or watch some comedy, but I'm not going to
What
be
the
like,
fuck's the
"Oh,
difference?
let me put on this random podcast for an hour." I think it was rude that he put it as homework.
It was egregious.
Right?
That's in the-
Honestly, I saw it and I was like, no.
Tony
that's
Don't
ridiculous.
Do Podcasts is in the running for episode title.
That should 100.
There's no running. That's the episode.
That should be the episode title.
God damn! If that was like the only review, was just Tony Don't Do Podcasts, and you just left it at that, it would have been the most perfect thing.
Happy anniversary indeed.
Holy shit! Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention this is our 2-year anniversary, September 11th.
Was it? Oh, Jello Biafra you did too, right?
Yeah.
The Melvins.
God.
I knew
wrote-
he wasn't going to like this.
He prefaced this with, I know you're not going to like this, but maybe our listeners will.
Yeah.
I just wrote. Not sure why I never gave this a listen. It's his voice. I don't care for like, but I also don't care for like Keith Morris's voice, like that bratty like
A warble.
Yeah, that's not for me. But it works well with Melvins, and for what it is, I give it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like it's recorded well. It's Melvin's riffs. Like I don't really care for his voice, but it works with this record. So 6 out of 10.
Yeah, almost exactly what Larry said. It was like, I guess I went into it expecting really not to like it because I'm not the biggest Jello guy. But better than that, it reminded me of this awesome Melvins video that I saw clip that I was like, I made a mental note to myself to be like, I have to find this and send it to this group chat because it was like an era and sound of the Melvins that I'd never seen before. It might have been like from 91, which didn't seem like that long ago, but like I'm like stoner witch kind of Melvins guy, but this was like way kind of like, it was a really cool live clip I got to send you guys, but happy it reminded me of that, what Larry said. You know, Melvins were good enough to make Jello. Cool.
Yeah. Back when Melvin still had mostly thrash riffs.
No, but this was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tommy.
Oh, I said the Dead Kennedys were one of the first like punk band. I think they were the second punk band I ever heard. So Jello's voice will probably always strike a chord with me. Interesting. It has enough punk in it for me, but it still reeks of that clutchy Sound Guy Flame T-shirt rock and roll that I hate so much.
A
few more songs in, and this is still objectively bad. Jello or not, some parts just sound like Tim Burton Nightmare Before Christmas kitschy lullaby songs. 0 out of 10.
So anytime any vocalist does a harmony that is like Santa Claus is coming to town, but they do put their own lyrics in, which he does, I'm typically out on.
Yeah.
Like I don't like that. Like it's like, dude, do better. Like it's come on. But I also get whatever.
Yeah,
Well-
I don't mind Jello. Like Sex Pistols were the first punk. Like this is a fucking
Tommy old school.
punk. This is a dictionary definition punk band. But the big compilation of Dead Kennedy songs was the one that I heard and I was like, oh, this actually is like cool.
Well, then it sucks that this week I'm going to recommend you their first album, Jello Biafra and the Melvins, Sig Howdy. No, I'm not going to do that. Okay. Nah, the first one was fair.
Nah, I like it in the riff.
Thank you.
It
Now
was more for me.
this is going to be a short one. You gave me Greg Fitzsimmons, You Know Me.
Mm-hmm.
slapping at the water like an asshole. 8.5 out of 10. He's one of the old dudes that when I first got into stand-up comedy, he was one of the first people I found outside of shit my dad recommended to me. That it was kind of my comedy and thing. And a lot of the guys from that generation, they still put out shit, but it's just it's you love the guys, but you're this isn't a decent special. This was a scorcher.
Right?
It was I was so relieved, because I was all right, he gave me the new Fitzsimmons special. It's probably gonna suck, but no, it was high energy and just fucking hit after hit after hit, and it's nice to see an old guy that still has the chops and nothing, no dated references, no what's the deal with COVID? None of that shit.
Thank God, dude.
And it was just oh God, that's refreshing just to have a guy who drops a special in 2024 that doesn't sound like it should have came out in 2012. And
he can still fucking write.
Yeah.
And it was just, I was really going into this with trepidation, just oh God, it's going to be another old guy who's just going to phone it in the back end of his career. But no, it was just a fucking heater of a special.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking stoked on it.
You can tell that he got his reps in during the week doing spots. That was that's, you said all the things I thought on that, but that you could just tell that he might have talked about it too. Cause at first I was oh, his voice is going to kind of get annoying after a while. Or I thought what Dennis thought, oh, the old dude's always just, it's like watching a fighter pass his prime. But the fact you could tell, I think maybe it was Matt and Shane. He was on somewhere. I think he was talking about,
everywhere.
I think he was talking about, he was doing the, whatever the LA one is, the store, multiple times a week.
Yeah.
So you could just tell that's why he churned it out. I think that really was a big difference.
So either his chops are up to snuff or his editor was super good.
Well, he said he cut out the first couple minutes of it.
Yeah, on
because
that
but I just wrote that
Wait, what was the story there again?
the first I forget who
he had
he sent it to somebody and they were I think it was Settel, and Settel was cut out the first joke, cut out the first 3 minutes. He was you look it's not you look nervous, you look
yeah.
I bet that would have
so they did, and he starts with the ancestry DNA joke, and it just got
How long was it?
50.
something.
It was still 50.
Just under an hour?
Yeah, just under.
Interesting.
Didn't feel like an hour either.
No. And he doesn't I just my only note was he's likable. He all of the jokes I listened to this after the Mike Racine thing, and it's he could I just mean he could have did Mike Racine's entire set and I would have liked it because he's likable. You know what I mean? He's you get it's the way he speaks, it's the way
How he carries himself.
yeah,
on
how he
stage.
carries himself.
Yep.
It's that huge dick energy he has.
Oh yeah.
It's but there's nothing he wrote that or any joke that you were oh wow, that's really smart, that's really this, that's really that. I remember the Mike Racine special, he writes about he quit smoking because there's no cigarette magazines.
Yeah.
Because there's liquor magazines, cigar aficionado, and I was that's really really smart and funny and observant. And then he did nothing with it.
Siggy Stardust.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was you did nothing with this.
Yeah.
Well, I just mean yeah. So 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. I don't know. It was a great special. I really liked it.
You
Stop taking shots at Racine, dude.
I don't fucking care.
We've seen rips.
Get funnier.
You brought up the big dick energy thing. There was a podcast I listened to recently, and it had I forget who it was. It was a female comedian that had hooked up with him in the 90s, and they were talking about Greg Fitzsimmons' dick.
I know. That's why I said that.
And they were talking to she was because they were messing around or dating or whatever at the time, and he pulled it out for the first time, and she was I was just oh no, no. Apparently, it was impressive enough that she had to walk away. And just be no, I can't do that.
He's
That's too gigantic.
Hilarious that he's a skinny, leprechaun.
He's
shaped
short as
Irish.
fuck too.
Yeah, I'm stunned.
He's
by this. Good for
little,
him.
but apparently he's got a mule.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking enjoy this shit, and it was nice just to see.
Wow.
That
why
he's
is it
still
doing this? Stop doing that. It's recording what you guys are saying.
Yeah, what are you
That's what my-
fucking? You
that's what-
I
Russian?
stopped it.
That's what
You
microphones
Russian,
are for.
dog? There's a camera too. Yeah, I don't. Yo,
Okay.
Larry's a fucking fed dude.
Fucking.
You also gave me a record that I had heard before. Death Side's Bet on the Possibility. Yeah, it still holds up. Sometimes I want to download the Babel app to figure out what these beasts are being so silly about. I also really love. This is like Japanese hardcore to like a T. Is this like? It'll be like really fast raging, like angry hardcore, what you exactly want. But then they'll throw in like these like heavy metal ballad solos.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It'll be like this
Yep.
fast, like D beat rager, and then it'll just like stop, and it'll be like the guitar solo from November Rain, and you're just like, that's out of fucking nowhere. Because it's funny, because I gave it the record's 8 out of 10. By the way, I fucking love this record, but it's just funny. This like, you feel like they're playing this type of music because they can't play any better than what they're playing, even though it's because it's so simple, even though it's still great. But it's like then they throw in this metal solo. It's kind of like, oh yeah, we're playing this caveman ass riff, but just so you don't think we're fucking putzes,
We can actually
here
play.
check out this solo.
We
It's-
can wail.
and every band, like every like early Japanese hardcore band does that. Mm-hmm. It'll be like this weird like solo to start out the record, and then just rager after rager, and like it doesn't really get brought up again. It's sometimes maybe at the end too, but it's just really funny. Yeah, this band rips. I love Death Side. 8 out of 10. This is also one of those bands that I always talk shit on when like other people would tell me about it in like the 90s and stuff, and it's just like I ended up kicking myself in the ass later on in life, and I was like, yo, this fucking rips. I could have been down with this since Jump Street, but I was such a fucking asshole, narrow-minded dickhead that I fucking slept on it. Yeah, I fucking love that record, and I love that band. Larry, you got anything to say?
I wrote big time. Yeah, wish I knew what the lyrics
Yeah.
were. They're probably bonkers. So many cool leads. 8 out of 10. But I can also understand why someone wouldn't like this.
Yeah.
Like I can understand why someone this sucks, because it's like, yeah, it's kind of it's a little here, it's
It
a
is a
little
little all over the
there.
place.
Yeah.
Also, do you listen?
Yeah.
Do you listen to that and like you enjoy it, but then you like in the back of your mind, you're also thinking like, man, you're also imagining it live, like how fucking much of a party it would be live.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And like
No, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's 8 out of
Yeah,
10. Like
that's-
it's great, but
this-
I can.
he fucking sent us a picture in our group text.
Yeah,
and
I was listening to it.
He's like, oh yeah, I'm catching up on this record, and he just had it right in front of him. So I know you're a fucking fan.
Yeah, I love it. It's my bag. It's arguably my favorite genre of music. I like that album's great. I think the other one's Wasted Youth, Wasted Dreams or something. I like it even better. But regardless, that band rules. The singer is still kind of active with his current band Forward.
Yeah.
Have a couple records from them.
That While You Alive record
played,
before rips.
They played in West Philly with
They
Paint
played-
It Black.
Within the
Yeah.
last 2
And-
or 3 years.
No, back in like the 2000s.
They still
And-
play.
and
Forward
all-
still plays.
And all he did was go, "We are Forward from Japan," and that's all he said the entire. song.
Yeah, I saw
Nice.
him.
and it was awesome.
I'm trying to bring it up. I have a really cool picture of me and Tyler Mullen, the singer, probably from like 15 years
Yeah.
ago. But like every time, we are Forward from Japan, and,
Yeah,
and he
it's
rolls.
awesome.
Dude's got the illest mohawk. But like all that shit still like rocks, and those bands will play on like a Tuesday night. I think like recently, Forward, Gauze, and Frampton played. 2 of those
Damn.
3 bands played a show. No, maybe Warhead, but whoever it was.
Frampton was here recently. 'cause
They
James
no in
went.
Japan, but
Oh.
whoever it was, the 2, like let's say it was Frampton and Warhead, they bookend them.
Warhead is
One of them
sick,
played
too.
first and one of them played last, so people didn't just come for the last 2.
Yeah.
bands. That was kind of cool.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that's my favorite shit. When I was in Japan, I was like overwhelmed with excitement just digging through record stores.
Yeah.
And,
That's funny. If I ever went to Japan, I'd be like, "Yeah, do you want to see like the cool ass shit we have?" This like, nah. Where's the local show? Like, I want to see this shit live.
Hardcore.
When it's like between like shit like that, but even like the other like Japanese hardcore, like the yo boy shit, like
I want to see that too.
Sand and doggy hoods and shit. I'm like, I want to see all of it. I want to see it
Yeah.
live.
Where is 43 Urban playing today?
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Yeah, where can I go see Face Cars? Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, shout out to Senta and Numb and all those
Yeah,
dudes.
so good. And like I was always on like with like those types of like Japanese bands, and it's just my friendship with Dave Janis, and he's just like, "Yo, you got to pay attention to this." And there's like shit. I was always like, this was shit. Also, Rick the Life was on to like early on. He was like, "Yo, check out this record." I was like, "Nah, I don't care. It's not American. I don't give a fuck." And yeah, it took Dave Janis was like, "Pay attention," and I was like, oh,
Pay
God.
attention to what Rick says.
I was like, "God damn it!" Like. I should have been on this.
A
from
broken
Jump
clock.
Street, yeah.
A broken clock is right.
If
twice
you
a
guys
day.
want to do like really nerd out in one of the ones that we do, if you ever do one up in Philly, we could do like an episode just on like music where you pull out a different record and go
Sure.
around talking about it.
I would do that in a fucking
Or I could just have like a grab bag of like random like
In a
oh,
heartbeat,
shit,
I would
yeah.
do that.
Yes, absolutely. Like a listening party type thing? Oh, fuck
Yeah, or
yeah.
we just pass it or just talk about, like pull out the Promise Ring record. All right, the next record's going to be from
No, we
like,
leave the Promise Ring
Suffocation,
record in
just
there.
out of nowhere.
Really?
No. I don't. You might not like them.
I
back
don't.
then. Yo, but check them out. Like,
they're
just give them a second listen.
I won't.
What?
I don't like
They're
them.
incredible.
Yeah, there.
Yeah, I fucking poo pooed
Nah.
it the first time I heard it too.
I've poo-pooed them for a long time.
I loved
don't
it
like
from the
that
first
band.
time I ever heard it.
Yeah.
Or bands that sound like them.
Other than Wall, I used to talk shit on every single J Tree band. And then, like, one time I was like, all right, fine. John Hassan was like, no, check out these, like, just listen to these records. And I was like, God damn it, they are fucking good.
I won't. I won't.
See, because you got to broaden your musical horizons, dude. Just give him a second. Trust me, give him.
I will not give them a 520-second listen. Won't do it.
Skeptical ass boy. Every time we do this segment, we ask our guests to bring shit they've been jamming on. Just caveat, no friends bands, because we can mention them separately. We want to go something we can go into objectively, just not knowing shit about it and just enjoy it. Genre doesn't matter. Year of release doesn't matter. Comedy, music, whatever you got for us. Larry, start us off, bud.
I hate to do this to you guys, but it's not on streaming, so it's going to be on YouTube. And I
He loves
apologize.
that.
No bother for me.
And that is Omega's Blasts of Lunacy. Tom, I don't know if you've ever heard this, and that's why.
Omega.
Yeah, Omegas.
Yeah, plural.
I usually, I try not to pander, but I think
Tommy gonna like
I think Tom's gonna like this.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
I think
that's it. That's all I got.
I think you will too.
I think you're gonna like this. And they have another record that is on streaming called Power to Exist. It's good.
Yeah.
But I think this is the superior record, and it's
They
on
did like
YouTube.
Weird, like spontaneous, only a couple out of nowhere releases when they did stuff.
Yeah.
Or no.
Yep.
Or were they
Yep.
ever? Like,
never.
really,
I
like,
never
active
saw
in-
them.
Yeah,
I don't
were
know
never,
that they
like-
ever played Philly,
They were never
honestly-
like road dogs.
I don't even know where
No.
the fuck they're from.
Canada. They're Canadian. Yeah.
It was one of those bands that I was
I
just
think
like,
they're like a Toronto
I
band.
was like, oh, they picked a word and they pluralized it. Cool.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you're like, you sit down and listen to a record. You're just like,
Every
Yeah, they're
once in a
cool.
while, bands like that have a bad name.
yeah.
No, yeah.
And it sucks. It's like,
does.
But
damn.
this record is,
Yeah.
it's good. I mean, that's all I'm going to say. That's all I got. I don't need to.
Antoine Poconos, what do you got?
Oh, I'm up. All right. Yeah. So life's been in the way a little bit lately, so I apologize. for
Tony
that.
Poconos is always up.
He always
All right.
wins because he never loses.
I guess I'll say as I was walking in, I was talking to Dennis about seeing some bands last night, but cool straight edge hardcore band. I really hope I didn't use them last time. They're called Demonstrate. Just put out a demo. I don't have the details on their site, but it's super good. Bunch of cool kids. One of the dudes actually is that kid that puts on the Punk Fest every year, which I was surprised to see him in. The one I brought up the one time I was here, the one that got canceled this year.
Oh, the one that fucking
Something to talk about.
yes.
But anyway, really cool. Just some straight edge hardcore, some new stuff for people that don't suck. And then I said SST book I read recently. I'm not gonna recommend the book, but after reading that, I was like, all right, I kind of got infatuated on the 1984 SST releases. So like in that year, they did like Family Man, Slip It In, My War, Meat Puppets 2, Husker Du Zen Arcade,
Live
Minutemen
84.
Double Nickels,
Das Damon.
and
Dose.
Double Nickels on the Dime, and
Yeah.
Saint Vitus or Vitus' first album.
Yeah.
So I've been like infatuated with just putting that many bangers out in a year. So, but the two I'm putting as homework are Husker Du Zen Arcade and Meat Puppets 2. Husker Du Zen Meat Puppets 2. Mr. Tom, you may know because Nirvana does covers in their Unplugged of songs off that album. Oh, and guest comedy too. Shout out to the Young Bull, Lil Sass. Don't tell. They're short. They're 15 minutes, not like in our podcast.
It's
or
under
anything.
his
But it's under his
Harry,
real name,
yeah.
Harry Settel, and I just put in Don't Tell. I didn't really follow along Don't Tell until Lil Sass promoted his, but the
Yeah.
Francis one was good. I
There's
didn't
a lot
want
of good shit on that. YouTube Don't Tell Comedy. Yeah, it's a lot
and
of,
there was a lot of names. What I liked the best, a lot of names I didn't know. Like it was cool
my
to
girl
cherry
who put
pick.
out the special of the year.
girl.
Oh.
It's a girl version of Larry. It's fucking unsettling.
What's her name?
Blair Soki.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I gotta look. Is it funny though?
Oh man,
yeah.
I keep wanting to.
fucking cry watching
I,
her.
I don't want to like give it any positive feedback because I don't want Larry to come. But yeah.
Dude, the bitch, it's everything.
But
It fucking kills me.
Francis Ellis's was good.
yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
it
Tell
was.
Comedy is great also because it's bite-sized pieces. You're like 10, 12 minutes tops.
Ellis's was 8.
Like Kyle Kinane's is 4.5 minutes. And like so it's like you can take a shit and watch an entire like set. It's great.
I was just telling a buddy about
Not taking shits.
yeah, the Kyle Kinane,
pretty cool.
the Trader Joe's bit he does on his first album, and how fucking good it is.
I keep
Just the entire first Kyle Kinane is incredible.
I keep telling people about the recent special Dirt Nap. What is like, how can I tell you're Spider-Man if you don't come closer? That shit. Like I say it
so good.
I say it to like
big bar energy.
yeah. I say that shit to like my dogs when I'm walking.
Dude,
them. Yeah. It's
when
like
we moved into the neighborhood we live in now, the people across the street were giving out big bars.
yeah.
And I just started showing Xavier Bob's Burger,
Yeah.
and he went, "Do they know?"
King's Island, dude.
He went because they went big bars. Do they know? Like that's what Louise says, and he looked at me and went, "Do they know?" And I went, "You are my kid. That's what's up, dude."
What's that fucking
Proud of him.
What's that app for neighborhoods?
Citizen, yeah.
Citizen. What if you got on Citizens like, yo, 21.5 Front Street, full bars.
Full bar. Oh yeah, it's full bars. Yeah, full
Just
bars.
set up
Yeah,
like all
yeah.
the kids like, yo, like make sure on the Halloween you hit to the Jenkins's house because they got full fucking
full
bars.
fucking bars.
Not the fucking horseshit Hershey's miniatures. They got a full bar.
or the
dude.
fucking Tootsie Roll minute. Like
Yeah, buzz off, dude.
yeah.
Yeah. What do you got for me, sweet bud?
I got 2 girls for you this week, comedy and music.
Okay.
Comedy, I'm going to assign you a special that just came out that I laughed my fucking ass off, which was Sarah Tollemache's new special, Butthole
Ooh.
Money.
Butthole money?
Butthole Money.
I love her.
Isn't she married to someone?
Joe List.
Yeah.
I love
He assigned me Voluptuous Boy once in the
Her
past.
last one, yeah.
And I was like, oh, that actually is really She's actually really fucking funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that. It's good.
And
Instead of getting typecast as, oh, you're Joe.
You're Joe List's wife, yeah.
She's actually good on her own, yeah.
I saw a list at Helium last year, and she featured and
Yeah.
crushed again. New special Butthole Money is on YouTube.
I didn't know that was released already. Nice. Mm-hmm. What do you got for me musically?
Musically, I'm going to give you an artist I've given you before, but I just saw her on Monday night.
Okay.
That is Kacey Musgraves' new album, Deeper Well. It's less. It's a little honky, but it's not nearly as tonk as the Golden Hour record.
Deeper Well?
Deeper Well.
Speaking of her, over the weekend, I got whiskey drunk and started listening to Zach Bryan, and I was like, "This is fucking Bruce Springsteen. It's fucking awesome." And then the Kacey Musgraves song came on. I was like, "This is amazing." I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know.
I'm sorry. It must have been the whiskey club because Springsteen stinks.
You're crazy. You hate America.
I do.
On
It's
9/11.
fucking terrible.
On 9/11.
Good for you,
Especially
pal.
on 9/11.
Never forget.
Especially on 9/11. Let's see. Let me go through here. I already assigned you that. All right, pendejo. Now, musically, I got a compilation for you. It is on Spotify because it's a series of compilations. I wanted to give you Volume 1, but only Volume 2 is on Spotify. It's by a guy we brought up recently, Rick the Life. And it's called Call for Unity Part 2.
Oh.
It is on Spotify. And comedy-wise, it is a show/podcast, but it's available on YouTube.
Out for Smokes
No.
episode.
It's more of a...
Who cares?
It's more of a show than it is a podcast. It's called Story Wars.
Oh. I haven't checked it out yet.
It's some of the dudes from Legion of Skanks, but it's kind of like a game show setup of everybody tells a story, and you got to figure out who... It's like 3 comedians on the panel, and like there's like an anonymous story, and you got to figure out who the story belongs to. And like some of it's really fucking funny.
They spell wars with a Z to be different.
I know, to be fucking cool. But I've watched all the recent episodes except for the one with Pauly Shore.
So which one?
I want you
That's
to
where I
start
draw the
with
line.
the very first one.
Episode.
Yeah. Or you can, honestly, you can pick whatever one you want.
I pick one because you said one.
The only one I didn't listen to was the Pauly Shore episode because that dude, outside of like movies, I don't want to listen to Pauly Shore talk.
No wheezing
check
the
it
juice.
If you're not wheezing the juice, I don't want to hear what you got to fucking say.
Nah.
Buzz off, dude.
Yeah, you're not a human.
Yeah. I don't care about the purple sticky punch. Get out of here. But that's all I got for you.
Me and Tuna, the early years.
Dude, one of the first comedy albums I owned was Pauly Shore's Pink Diggly Diggly. And the first skit on it is him getting blown by a dude. And at the end, he's just like, "Can I get you a towel?" And at the time, I was probably like 8th grade. I was like, fucking bars, just genius. I fucking love it. Yeah, that was one of the first comedy records I owned.
All right, Tom, hit the fucking intro music.
Yeah, let's get the fuck
Let's
out
go.
of
Yeah. It's past Larry's bedtime.
Way
here.
past
Past
it.
mine.
Yeah. What was it? It's almost 9. There we go.
Actually, we're pretty much spot on my bedtime.
Okay. Bye, everybody. Happy 2 years.
Fucking later.
2 years.
Later.